your girl, that ghetto love. That ghetto love. In the ghetto. In the ghetto. In the ghetto. In the ghetto. Take me away from the cares of this world. No worries, no problems, because I'm your girl. That ghetto love. Ghetto love, ghetto love. Take me away from the cares of this world. No worries, no problems, because I'm your girl. That ghetto love. Ghetto love, ghetto love. Ghetto love. In the ghetto. 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 In the ghetto.
Oh yeah. What it do? Yes. I love behind the scenes at Pam's World. You have checked in the ghetto. Yes.
Yes, right.
What you want in the ghetto.
All right.
Yes. Yo, remix. I hear it. I hear a remix. I hear a dope remix. Yes, I hear it. What's going on, y'all?
Yes.
Y'all have just tuned in to Pam's World. Thank you for tuning in. What up with you though? How's everything? Had a blessed and beautiful, great Sunday. Yes, we have. I know that it's football Sunday, but
Yes,
I'm thanking y'all for
is.
multitasking because you're watching Pam's World.
Pam's World.
Yes, you already know. Don't start. You ain't ready.
Oh,
Don't.
I didn't mean to. I just-
Don't do
I
it.
just felt
You
it.
ain't ready. Felt it. Came through. All right, y'all. You tuned into Pam's World, and of course, if you don't know who these ladies, these beautiful ladies is, to my left and to my right, this is D, better known also as Pastor. And then too, I got JB
That is me.
on
Hello,
Splitter.
everybody. Hello, everybody. And yes, it is football Sunday. Pam's World. Joyce
Yes.
is missing the game.
Yeah, she missing the game because she's on Pam's World tonight. So you
That's
know
all
what?
right.
She has, what is that, Red
Zone. I'm
Yeah,
watching
Red
right
Zone.
now the 49ers.
Yeah.
And the Lions, and I will be watching the Giants.
Yeah. Of course, Cowboys all day. You already know we winning tonight.
She's a fake fan.
I asked her to make a little friendly bet with me, but she wouldn't.
I do not bet on my team.
She said she don't bet on her team. Man,
Just
listen,
don't.
they gonna lose. So
You
next
always
week,
want the best for your team.
when y'all see and y'all hear about how JB had to do like 56 push-ups straight, nonstop.
I wouldn't take that bet. I'm sorry.
Yes, y'all. You know what? Listen, for the first timers, I just want y'all to know. I want to say first, thank y'all for tuning into Pam's World, and then on top of that, listen, so that you will know this is not a gospel show, but at the same time too, you will get some biblical principles here on Pam's World. You heard?
Yes,
You
you
seen
will.
that? The biblical principles here on Pam's World. Try to
Yes,
say that like
yes.
3 or 4 times straight,
Say
back to
it.
back. And then too, you're gonna get some laughter. You're gonna have a good time here. And then also, we just having bloopers all over the place tonight.
Yeah,
but that's
that's
real
all right.
good. That just goes to show you that it's live, and we
Ought to be
definitely doing this thing from a place where it's just live. All right, I'm gonna stop because I'm about to act real silly tonight. All right, y'all. I want to slide into where we slide every Sunday is, were you in church today?
Were you in church?
Did you go to church today? I don't know about you, but if you didn't, I know I was there. And the woman of God brought forth the word that was so powerful. She talked about repentance and true repentance and obedience, how they go hand in hand. And she really just truly, honestly, just really made you think about you really, truly like turning from the things that it is that you really ask God for forgiveness for. And the demonstration that she gave, like she was walking, she said this guy that was standing in front of her, she said that was sin. And she said to really, truly, honestly repent is that you turn your back on it completely and go in the other opposite. You go into the opposite direction. Yes. And you don't do that same thing over and over again any longer. But then she also said that she walked towards it. She's like, Lord, forgive me. And she kept walking towards it. God, forgive me. And she kept walking towards it. God, please forgive me. And I was just like, wow. And she began to say that for nothing, instead of saying that you repent, she said, because of eyes that be watching sometimes in church, she said, why don't you ask God to help you? And so with that today, it was so amazingly awesome because, you know, she began to tell us that, you know, fool ourselves, deception. We begin to think that the very things that we are doing, oh, okay, I asked God, I repented before God, but truly, if it was true, she said that you would no longer be walking in that same direction. That thing got me. I was just like, yo, that's powerful. And I wanted to say it to somebody. Are you still walking toward the very thing that you said? She said, she even said that it would be better off not to do anything. Like, don't even say that, like, I'm repenting. Don't, like, until you get serious. And she began to also say to us that God truly knows our hearts. And that's the truth. D, Pastor, what's up?
Yes, I was in church, and that woman of God, that one over there, Minister Joyce, bless my life. It was, you couldn't
Spirit
breathe.
Of
you
God,
know how,
yeah.
all right, if you're at a comedy show, you know when you laugh, and by the time you get together, it's another laugh. That's how it was. Not laughter, but by the time you got together, it was another dagger. She just sliced and diced the entire service. It was amazing. I was just so godly proud. But one of the things she said too, she was saying people now in the church are using repentance is just as a word, as if it were in the Old Testament when you sin, basically to offer a sacrifice so God can forgive you. You would take some of your animals, which were your currency, and you would sacrifice the animal on the altar. And at one point, God said, I don't want to, all I do is smell a stench. Because before it was supposed to be a sweet aroma, like, wow, they feel bad. They're sacrificing, they're repenting. And then at a point, he said, it's like a stinky, it's like a stench in my nostrils. Yep. And so she said, we're using the word repentance in the same way. She said, because all you're doing is come up Sunday, I repent. Next week, you do the same exact thing with no remorse. You're not thinking of changing it, and then you come back on Sunday, I repent. She said, basically, you're just burning goats and lambs. And I was just like, ooh. I mean, it was amazing, the demonstrations she gave. And then one point, she was saying, you know, God has a path this way. His original path was this way. And had we stayed on that path, maybe the things that we wanted were on that path. However, we deviate, we go off because we do what we want to do. And go off, she said, then you might come back, you know, pregnant. But it doesn't mean you're not supposed to still do the things that God has you to do. So we may complain to the Lord, how am I supposed to do this? I have this kid, I have this, I have that. Who's going to help me? So now you're back on the straight and now. It's a little tougher, but you're there. Right. Then when you decide you want to do what you want to do again, you go back off. And so she just gave these demonstrations. At one point, I just can't forget. She was like, then you come back with a nut. And you want to marry this guy because you didn't want to wait. Right. You just wanted to have somebody to hold on to, say you're married. And it was like, and then now you're frustrated with God. You're mad at God. Jesus. I have to do this and I have to do that. And she said, now you're yoked, unevenly yoked, but it's different. You can't just walk away. You can't just decide to leave. It was just amazing. The service
it was phenomenal.
Was amazing.
It was phenomenal. Every
demonstration, every example, even the congregation was just going in. You know, people just yelling out, that's my street. She's coming down my street. And this was like, she's telling my story. Yes. It was amazing.
Awesome.
And she said, I'm not coming at you if you constantly come to the altar, but you should be coming for something different.
Yes.
And when you make the decision, she used herself as an example. She said, I didn't repent until I knew I was ready to. Yeah. And she said, once I did, that was it. So it was just Amen. A blessing. And we do sometimes we play with this thing like, oh God, the grace and mercy thing. And all that, and God does know our heart, and He knows if we are sincere. It doesn't matter what people in church or anybody thinks of your life, or let me go up there because they know I'm doing certain things and I want them to think I got it together. We don't matter. God matters. God matters.
Are you muted, Pastor?
No, she no.
I don't think I am.
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay.
No.
Nora said speaking to the mic like
Oh, you can't
couldn't
hear me?
us.
You gotta turn your thing up.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
Because number one is not me, right?
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, you good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
We're just making sure you guys can
Yes.
hear us all.
Yeah.
no, speaking to the mic, Pastor.
There you go.
Okay, but it was amazing. It
Yeah,
really
it was. It was powerful.
amazing. It was amazing.
Yes, it was. JB.
Yes, I was there. I was there. To God be all the glory. God deals with me in ways where, again, I always He's dealing with me about obedience. He's dealing with me about being true to what I say.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how He dealt with me with coming forth today with the word. Again, like Pastor said, it wasn't to condemn anybody.
Right.
It's really to educate. So you're not walking out thinking that
Come on.
you've done this, and that, and you're
Jesus.
okay. Because back in the Old Testament, yeah, you burn some animals, you were kind of okay. Just like with Catholics, they go say a couple Hail Marys and they're okay. And to the point where you're desensitized to anymore. You know, the Band-Aid that we place on, and it's like, all right, all I got to do and I can just say I repent and everything is fine. God knows my heart. But that's the thing. He does.
He really
He
does.
knows that you're not repenting. He knows that you're going to go back and do the exact same thing. He knows these things. Instead, I was thinking, you should pray and ask God to help you.
Amen.
You should ask for people to be placed in your life that will help you stay on God's path.
Yes.
And it
Amen.
is the word went forth to everyone else, but it also went forth to me. So I had a great time today at church.
Absolutely. And a caller, I just seen you call, and please call back. Please call back. JB, is what you just said as well too is very pivotal. You know what I mean? That we truly, honestly get it together, because if not,
you just
it's
lying
already,
and fooling yourself.
you know what I mean? It's just like, if we don't get it together at the end of the day, that's it. Like you said, I can't. That's it.
Go to New Life Now on Facebook if you want to see the word
Wow.
today, because it really was powerful. Then it'll be up on YouTube, I think, probably by Tuesday. But
Jesus.
if you do want to see it, go to New Life Now Church
Yeah.
on Facebook, and the sermon is there.
Yeah, it's powerful. Definitely something to really make you think about, because there is truly a heaven and a hell.
It really
After
is.
this, you know
And,
what I mean?
and some
And
of us,
Yo,
we are just playing. We are playing with
Jesus
this
help
thing.
us, God. Please, Father.
But there's going to come a day. There's going to come a day, and I just want to be so confident that I will hear, "Well done, my good and faithful
Jesus,
servant."
yes,
So
God.
we have to
I love
continually, check ourselves. We had a conversation on Saturday,
that. Yes, ma'am.
and we were having a conversation. We had a little debate, and we were trying to get an understand. We were trying to make sure we all had an understanding, but it was something that God revealed to me about me.
Yeah.
And George was like, "No, I don't think that's." I was like, "No, I know what he said, and that's it.
Right.
I'm not doing that." And it's something that can seem so small,
Yes, ma'am.
but he revealed it in the way that God reveals it to me. And she said that today. She said, "The same God who will speak to you,
Come on.
in whatever
She
form
sure
he
did.
speaks to you. He may speak to you in dreams. He may speak to you audibly." She said, "If he sits on the floor and talks to you at the foot of your feet, you hear him, the blessings
Right.
or the open doors or the expansion, and
Yeah.
you hear it, and it's great. Thank you, God. Yes." She said, and he'll speak to you in the same way about something about you or something you don't want, and then all of a sudden, like, that's not God.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
didn't
God.
hear right.
I didn't
I
hear
right.
right. I mean, when I tell you she went in, I need to.
Yeah.
That's how I was at church.
Yes.
And then
Amen.
screaming, I'm going to scream, "You better preach, Joyce!"
Yes. Come on. Yo, God is so good, and
It was
he's real.
amazing.
It's real. You know what I mean? It's
amazing.
really real. It really
And
is.
if you're ready to be real, watch the
to stop
sermon. If you're ready to
playing.
play, it might not be the sermon for you.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just being
really
real.
real.
Love everybody.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we always
really
love
is.
you.
Yeah, for real, truly.
But we come with the truth.
And honestly, that's it. And that's what it's about.
Yes. You want to give your
Come
shout
through.
out to your Facebook
yeah.
friends?
Come on. Let's do it. Let's
All
shout
right,
'em
on
out
my
real quick.
feed, big shout
Jesus.
out to Kelly Matthews, Kasha Brown, Stephanie
Come through.
Nelson, Larisha Murray, Bridget, Diversity Kelly, Trina Nicork, if I said it wrong, forgive me, Asia Hayes, I can't say Hayes wrong because that's my last name, Norm, I think I said Larisha, Tamsin. Who
I
else
saw
we have?
Alicia.
I saw Alicia. I saw my, hey, Tisha, my cousin's on. I saw Keita, Carmen,
Derek.
Yes, and I think I missed some people.
Yo, I gotta
Derek
say her
Boy.
whole name. Her whole name is dope. Roxanne Figueroa.
Figueroa.
Yo, your name is dope. Roxanne.
Is it Figueroa?
Yeah, yo, that's yo. Her name is fire. Come through.
Remember Roxanne?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
want to be your man.
That's what he said.
Right.
Roxanne. All right. What's up, Derek? Hey,
Oh, my
Keita.
name is Roxanne.
Larisha.
And I'm the best.
What's going on? How's everybody
That's
doing?
in my
Thank y'all
chest.
for tuning in to Pam's World. Hey, Miss Debbie. Oh my goodness. Wow. How are you? Hey, Trina. Hey, Bridget. What's up, Yogi? How are you? Aisha, Chanel. Norman's tuned in. Norman, the storm come through.
Rich is
Letitia,
watching. Yes.
Carmen, come on. Yes, I see Kosh up there. Yes, I see Aaron Miller. What's going on with
That's
you?
right,
Shan
Nora.
Rich, what's up?
That's where you're supposed to be.
All right,
Thank you guys for joining us and do us a huge
Appreciate it.
favor
Yes.
and push that button that says share. We want to share this. Push that button that says share.
Come through.
Because I never know what Pam was going to do, what Pam was going to say.
That's right.
And it was funny because we were reviewing some clips of previous shows.
Yo.
And certain things I holler every single time I see it. It never gets old. So definitely share this because you never know what's going to happen on Pam's World.
Absolutely.
And we thank you for helping us to get the word out, helping
Yep,
us
yep.
to get Pam's World out and making a change and a difference to those who we have, I don't want to say influence over, but we want to make an impact.
Yeah, we want to
So
make an
please
impact.
help us to share this. We
That's good.
appreciate you. We love you. We love you too, Aisha. And if you really
Love
love
you
us,
back.
no, I'm not going to say that because that's manipulation. That's what the people do. If you love,
Right.
don't you do
You
it. Share this, please.
Yeah.
We love
Please
you.
Share. Hey, listen, you know what? I haven't done it in a while. I'm gonna play this one song real quick. This Get Back Right. Just a little piece, a little snippet of it. We're gonna come right back. You still gonna see us in this Lecrae. Always. You already
Yeah,
know. And
get-
Zay. Come on, get back right. Check it out.
Get back right. I had to get back right. Get back right. I had to get back right. Get back right. I had to get back right. Fell off, lost my cool. Whoa, say, bounce back, got dirt on my shoes. Got back right. When you got real power, you can't lose. I had to get back right. Get back right. Yeah, top down, hair back. Ride by the high beast on Fairfax. Money more than I don't wanna hear trap. I play Rick James when I'm in traffic. I've been doing this since 5th grade. I've been doing this since I've been saved. I've been rock crowds on a big stage. I've been made hits with some big names. Yada, 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 yada. Bought a Mercedes for my baby mama. VIP rockin' Dolce Gabbana. I went to the Grammys and I took my mama. Bottles on bottles on bottles and models on models on models and dollars on dollars. Yeah, that don't help me when my soul when I holler and I'm feeling the pain and I'm dealing with drama. Woo! That's too deep. Yeah, guess I better fall back. Nah, get this work. You should've wore a hard hat. They told us don't work in the summer. I told them I'm working on something. I'm waving my banner, no propaganda. Why you flexing in your Panamera? Get back right. I had to get back right. Get back right.
Hey.
We got
Gotta
here.
get back right. Get back right. Gotta get back right.
Basically,
So,
repentance means get back right.
Hallelujah.
you ain't got yourself together.
2018, get
you
back
better get
right.
back.
We have altar call. All right, this
Right.
is the get back right time
Yo.
of the service.
Yo, absolutely. It's time to get back
Get
right,
all the
y'all.
way
Get
right.
back right. Yo. All right, so listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to slide into these current events. I'm excited about the events. I'm going to start off with Nikki because we talked about it last week.
Yeah,
Nikki and Cardi had gotten to like a little small little altercation, and you know we talked about it. I'm pretty sure everybody out there know what it is that went down. And me personally, I would have thought that Nikki would have came back a little bit more humble after she was in the
Kinda
corner,
hid.
in the corner over there. But Funk Master Flex I think he kind of souped her up a little bit, and she just started clapping a little bit. And
And then she wondered why she got
and
slapped in the corner.
I think I'm sorry, I was that's a little laugh with a cough in it. You know, one thing you know what? I would have thought that she would have came back humble because you want to kind of dead stuff. You want to put it in the air. You want to dead it out. And I know that you want to try to be something, but when it really came down to the get down, it was already out there that you really wasn't about that life.
Not
To
at
me
all.
personally. And I would have just came back and been like, Cardi, you know what? I don't know what it is that I've done to you, but at the end of the day, I
Let's get back
apologize
right. right.
Yes, come on. Let's get back right. I apologize. I'm sorry about whatever it is that went down because I don't want no beef. I don't want this to escalate. And I really believe that that's the stance I would have took in that. But when she was on Funk Master Flex, you would have thought she had
What did she say?
energy juice again.
Oh,
you know, she was just extra.
a lot.
Yeah, she was just
It was an
extra with the
act.
cussing and all of that. Like it was extra to me. You know, like you're not Superwoman. Like Joker's out here living that life for real. Like, and I really,
Yeah, I think somebody said there's a line in Cardi B's song where she says, "I don't do rap beefs. I'll pull up on you and fight you." And I think that's what she was.
and that's
trying
what
to
she
do.
was trying to do.
And they would say that. Well, they were saying. I looked at a clip yesterday, and they were saying that she's getting a lot of backlash from it.
Who Cardi, right?
Yeah, Cardi, the record label. She's signed with Atlantic. That they're having some issues. The things that have already happened with her reputation, things coming out, the other fight with the other girls.
Because it's a reflection on them.
Yeah,
right?
and then also, but also there's a video of her former makeup artist and a video of her former hair
They signed her though.
I
You
think.
understand what I'm saying? You already.
You
knew
talking about
chick was-
Atlantic?
Yeah, y'all knew chick was like this before she even got
Yeah,
signed.
because
Well,
she was
but
on that hip hop whatever show.
Well,
acting the
I
same
mean,
way.
of course, you do love all of that, but then when it gets to a certain place, they were saying she was uninvited from a lot of other fashion, other fashion
Wow.
events. These other videos, one girl was saying how I took her in. We were roommates at a point. She got her a job. I think this is when she was dancing, and how she got her a job, and that was her little sister, and she repped for her, and people didn't like her. But then it got to the point where she even turned on her. I guess when she started making some money, getting some returning customers or clients, that she started, wilding on her, got her fired, all types of craziness. She said threw a hot cup of coffee on her in her face. Ooh, somebody else came and punched her in her face. All this, it's all these videos surfacing about how she's just really a ratchet, wrong person.
Right.
And now that everybody's
living that life.
It's all coming out.
Them bloody shoes. I got money. She living that. Like
she making money moves.
Like yo,
gotta
think
she
really
was
living
having
that life.
really
Like,
pretty
it's
much
ratchet and it's
nothing.
wrong.
Yeah, but
I'm not
she's going-
saying
no,
that.
no,
I
I'm
don't-
not.
you know
No,
what
I
mean?
know what
Yeah.
you're saying. I know exactly
But
what you're saying. We're not
she living
advocating
that,
it.
and they
She is, and it's
now
about
that she
to.
getting really irate with it. It's just like now.
But I
y'all
don't think
trying to
she realizes
calm her
that.
down.
One thing she may not realize is that so many people before her have a fake image. They're not living that life. And now this is her.
Right.
And she's like, what? This is me. You signed me. You know what I come with. But they don't understand that the powers that be, when you get to a certain level, they could easily shut you down.
Yeah, they can
yeah,
pull
they
that
can
cord
wipe
out.
Because
Yeah.
also too, she is not talented. I
She's
mean,
what?
you know what I mean? She's not talented. You can't even understand what she's saying.
I haven't listened to all her things. I heard one thing she did. She was on a film. I think she was pregnant, and she was
This
in a
is why I
dress.
love Pam's World. I really do.
She was
I
like a slow
really,
song,
really-
and the lyrics that I
really
heard
do.
there were like kind of dope with her. But I don't follow her, so I don't know.
Yeah, I believe she just like with
I
Nicki.
love
Remember
JB.
Nicki's first
I do.
album? She was with some dude that was writing her lyrics. You know, just like there's like, and I feel like that's what happened with Cardi B. Cardi B has somebody writing. She is not writing her own stuff.
You think
It's
so?
impossible. The girl can't talk.
Oh,
You ever listen to her talk?
yes, rough.
Yes.
Yeah, she can't talk. I mean, I am happy for her. I think it's kind of cool to see where she came from. But my whole thing is like, it's kind of disgusting when you see that, it's kind of help you see that money don't change people. You know, just because you have some money and you have some status,
I think money and alcohol bring out the real you.
You gonna
Money and alcohol bring out the real you. People say, "Oh my God, I would never do that." If you're
Yeah.
drunk, you still would never do it. I remember I used to try to get Joyce drunk, and but she still wouldn't do drunk people stuff, even though she was drunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to
the
get
real
her.
me came
Just,
out.
you know,
Drinking.
Like, come on, I was a bad influence. I
reason
think I turned out to
why
be a
is
better
because you
influence.
have
My
to-
God.
God.
You
Jesus.
in this what I'm
Grow
saying to all of this, one thing I do like about this is that this fighting and nonsense that's going on, and there is some type of
ridiculous, yeah.
backlash to it, is that maybe people start to see that this is not where it's at.
Right.
Because when you watch these shows, all of them, and we talked, all of them are fighting, but see, they're fighting at made up events. The other people,
Yes.
they're making these events up for them
Yeah.
to come together to have some conflict for them to fight.
Yeah.
That's fine. You can fight all day there because you ain't gonna get kicked out of your own stuff. But and also too, if you
It's
notice,
no real fight though. Somebody's always need to break it up.
well, I mean, I've seen some with
They be
Tammy
connect-
Roman,
yeah, they be connected.
and those look like those off. if something wasn't,
Yeah.
you know,
The
somebody
Basketball
wasn't
Wives,
there.
they really,
Like,
yo, for real.
yeah.
I
They
don't
was
watch
coming.
it.
Tammy Roman
Yo,
from
that
Real
was
World
before when
originally.
she
She don't
connected
play.
with-
Really?
I actually, but that's my one
And
ratchet.
why do we like seeing
That's my one
this?
ratchet
Yo, it
person.
wasn't. I'm not
Sorry,
gonna
like-
say that I like
I'm not
seeing
saying-
it,
but I
when
will
she
say
connected, I was like, oh,
And I'm not, and I don't want you to think that I'm this. Oh,
was
you
like,
don't watch
oh.
it. There's this one clip, and I think I sent it to you too. And again, I don't like to see the fights and all of that kind of stuff. But this one lady, I guess, and she was a Caucasian
go to
woman.
sleep.
And I guess she was becoming she was just acting all crazy because she was threatening the other girl with a taser. And she got out the car like all hard. She was like, what?
Good night.
And she kept pressing it. Like, and, you know, they're backing up.
Yeah.
And they're backing up. And she was like, what? Yeah. Like, she's going crazy, like straight up Barbie.
I hollered.
Right?
Yeah.
So then she's doing this with the taser. So she's backing up. She gets into her car and she's still doing it. And I guess
That girl
the
was like,
African
I'm going
American was like,
after it.
I'm just done. So she
done.
goes
She
to
went
the
to that
car.
window.
She grabbed
Yes.
grabbed the taser, and then she just
Yeah.
started punching her, and she knocked the taser out her hand. Then she opened the door
And got her out the car. You getting out of
And
here.
she, when I tell you, she beat
Put
like
a
Pam
can
says,
of
beat
whoop
the
on her.
bricks off of this
Come on,
girl.
all the way.
And it's just like, ooh.
Good night.
And I don't like bullies, so when I see a bully get it, I'm like, oh well.
You got that.
Yeah,
had
she
to
came
do
out
that.
there with that
That's
taser.
what I'm saying. Like some of
She
these
was
shows,
bad with the taser,
she was.
but without that taser,
Without-
some of these shows they advocate this. Like they
Without
make it
that
seem like this is
taser.
the only way to handle your
she should
business.
have started praying. Hey, kata!
Yes.
She ain't number who. She didn't
Without
have
that
anything else. Without
taser.
that taser, she had no
Yo.
move. No, she wasn't.
She ain't have
She
nothing.
didn't have anything.
Nothing. And that's how I see Nikki
Shit,
in
you
this
saw
situation.
that video? That video was crazy.
Yo, that's how I see Nikki in this situation.
But
She
you
ain't
know
have
what?
nothing.
I
Yo,
think-
Nikki was in the corner way over there like, what she's doing? Like, why she's acting like that? No, Joker.
But also too, Nikki was trying to save that image. Nikki not being kicked out.
Nikki, listen,
No, but I mean,
she was trying.
Nikki's
No,
still invited.
Joyce.
What I'm meaning is Nikki is still invited
I
to
guess
the
what
fashion
Pam
show.
was saying
It was-
on
yeah.
Pump Master Flex. I saw a clip when she
Yeah,
sent it
on
to us.
Flex, she was, you know,
Yes, she was
rah-rah.
talking
Flex.
greasy there
Yeah.
on the black station. She was not doing that in front of the white people, in front of these fashion execs.
Right.
So what I'm saying is she didn't get invited. Cardi
Right.
did.
Absolutely,
So you
and
know
I
what
get
I mean?
what you're saying.
So what I'm saying
But
is
she
she
still was-
played
she's still
played that
thinking Jax
role
to me.
and that's
See,
I've
Pam is
never
from the street
I never liked
angle.
her. Like
Yeah.
never liked her.
Yeah,
from
but
the
street
street
people,
angle?
but street people like, oh, all right,
Street
Cardi
angle?
doing it, but
She ain't like that.
but the powers
Yeah.
that be are like, I'll rock with Nikki.
Yeah.
because
Yes,
this
because
one
she
is a
got that
risk.
little fake hood stuff, and
can't.
the fake and the black people gonna like her because she's still kind of hood. So let's ride with that one. That's one safe. We don't get sued with her.
Wow.
We don't get.
Ooh.
You know, we don't. We can
Oh,
have
that's good.
because what happens is when you're a
you
problem
can lose
person,
endorsements,
you
too.
lose
Safe.
endorsement.
Wow.
And when you lose endorsements,
gorgeous,
people don't
so you
want
got
you
that.
at their
Yeah.
hotels and their events. You have your insurance
true.
because they think tackiness and
Ooh.
nonsense is going to come with you.
So you
the
can't
insurance
come.
to insure your
You're the
events is
riffraff. Remember
more.
one of the words? Bring up the riffraff.
But it's true. It's
I'm not coming.
it's sad, but it's true,
No,
right?
you're
I mean,
absolutely
this is with not just black people. You know, white rock groups. They've had these
Yeah,
same
they-
problems
they
with some
have,
of them.
yeah.
So
They
it's
tear up
like
the rooms
they
and
tear,
everything.
but
They go all
but
the
that's
way.
what I'm saying. They do these things where these people are risk. Like
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. when he did, he had drug problems before.
Yeah.
So before he did Iron Man and before other movies,
They
his
weren't trying
insurance
to.
was
Wow.
extremely
He was risky.
high because it was risk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's something. And you know what? So shout out to both Nikki and Cardi. Yo, I hope and pray they get it together. Cause listen, don't let it. Pastor said it last week. Don't let it escalate, cause it can turn into something that it shouldn't even be. You know what I mean?
It has to stop.
For real, for real. All right, y'all. You up? Yes, JB. You gonna say
No,
something?
no.
Okay.
I'm listening.
All right. So listen, we gonna we gonna slide. We gonna talk about Rihanna Fashion Week. This is Fashion Week.
Yes.
Please, please, please. I want you to talk to me. I want you to talk to them about how you talked to me about Rihanna's line when you saw what it is that was coming down the runway. How, you know what I mean? Please.
Well, for one, I think unless you are an insider, you would not have expected. I didn't know she had a fashion line because Fenty Beauty is still doing its thing. And I love to see women do their thing. I mean, she's not letting people rest. So she has a fashion line, and it was all women, of course, but women of different sizes.
Right. Savage, right?
I think it's called Savage.
Right.
Savage Fenty. Is this Savage Fenty
Was it Savage Fenty?
or 50 Savage? Something with
I think it was
Savage.
Savage
And she
something.
had
I
a
think you're
pop-up
right.
shop. But anyway, Fashion Week, it wasn't a regular runway. It was like a garden. It was like all the grass, and it was different heights and different levels. And they were posing like almost like statues in some areas. She had pregnant women.
That's so dope. That's so dope.
What do you call it? Full-figured models.
Yeah.
Short, tall, all shades, all sizes, and she wanted to
I think
really
that's so dope.
honor
That's
the beauty of a
powerful.
woman and the power of a woman.
Yeah.
And the women and the way they were posing, very strong and strategic. Some of the outfits, of course, I would not wear. One girl
Right.
just had the little paste.
Right,
The
'cause
patels or
it's-
the
I
little
think it's the bra.
Yeah, the bras and all that
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah,
Because some of it was like a lingerie.
Lingerie.
Yeah,
right?
but some just had the pasties on the nipples.
Right.
And I was like, okay.
was
But it was
all
just
right.
really, really beautiful to see.
Oh,
and just the
man, that's
scenery
so
that
dope.
she set up. And they was saying she's very hands-on. I saw an interview and they were asking her, well, was it just your idea you gave it to implement? She was like, if you know me, you wouldn't ask that question. She said, I was in London yesterday, flew here this morning. She said, I was on FaceTime for the rehearsals. Like, no, do that
That's
over.
so dope.
It was just like
Oh,
really,
that's dope.
really awesome that her vision is coming to pass. And so I thought it was really, really great. So big up to Rihanna. Big
Yes.
shout out. I thought it was awesome. And again, you don't have to agree with everything that a person is doing, or
Yes.
you know, I can't wear the line or whatever. However, I agree with her going out and fulfilling her dreams and living her best life and doing all the things that she's decided she wants to do. And I think it was
Right.
really, really nice.
And I think it's dope. And then too, plus at her age, you know what I mean, for her to be so as young as she is and
Yeah.
and doing her thing in such a way. And I love the fact when you talk to me about all of the different shades, all of the different sizes, you know what I mean? That to me was just like, yo, that's so dope. Because you give everybody the opportunity. You speak to every woman opposed to just speaking to some.
Yeah, long
You know
hair,
what I mean?
short hair,
Yeah.
bald
People feeling
head. It was
neglected, you know what I
awesome.
mean?
Mhm.
Natural hair, all types of stuff. Like
Yeah.
I think that's so fire. That's dope.
You know, it's
that's fire.
There are a few.
Big up to Rihanna. Respect.
Few
Dope.
designers that do that.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of the mainstream ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
But one of the ones that I remember seeing that did something very similar was Kristen Siriano.
Okay.
He had tall, black.
That's the
white,
guy that you told us about the other day.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah,
y'all.
when you said
Project
his name,
One Way,
I was just like,
he
okay,
won
yeah.
one time. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know.
When she
but
mentioned him yesterday.
he's very he when I did see her pictures and stuff like that, it reminded me of not what she's making,
Right.
I know what
but
you're
the fact that it's inclusive.
right.
And
Nice.
because even though it's inclusive and maybe some of the things that you see, you were like, oh, I wouldn't do that, I wouldn't wear that. It's not about that. Somebody would.
Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty cool. What's the name did something, and I'm not a Kanye fan, but Kanye did something similar at one point where he had people standing in the field, but they were various colors,
Oh, wow.
Really?
different, dark,
Different
light,
hues,
yeah.
yeah.
And I love when they do that because I think you've seen one thing for so long that you get so caught up in that as the image of beauty.
Right. You
So
missed-
now
yes, come
you
on.
don't have that problem, and
Yeah.
and that's one of the
Right,
things
and
that
I
I
was
loved about even when her, like you mentioned, her Fenty Beauty. Her makeup doesn't work for me, but I did go out. I supported you, girl. I did. I went out and bought it. It didn't work for me. But one of her things was that we have all these different undertones that nobody speaks to, orange, blue, and I didn't even know about all these colors, but we have all these undertones. And she was like, why should I have to purchase, or why should people have to purchase 3 and 4 products
Yep,
to
to make
make
it all blend
something?
together.
And that's what
That's
so
good.
many models were saying. They were saying that they were going to places having to bring their own foundation and own stuff because no one could deal with their skin. So her product line was to address it all, and that's what I really liked about it. It was,
That's
and
dope.
that's what I felt about her thing. It was the same. Like she wanted to address everybody. No one felt left out.
Right.
Amen. So go check it out. Go support Rihanna, Fenty Beauty,
Dope.
Savage. And again, they're undergarments, so you can wear it.
Yeah, you can wear it
some
under
gonna
your
wear it
clothes.
outside.
Yeah.
You can wear it inside too.
Yeah,
you
wear it
can
under
wear
your
it-
clothes. And when you're home by yourself,
By all by
yourself.
yourself.
stay home.
You might as well just wear
If you're
nothing.
married, then yes. With your husband,
If you're
You all
single,
right.
you can wear it under your clothes.
if you single, under your clothes.
Yeah,
But
you
don't
might
be
as
trying
well
to
wear
take it off
nothing.
for nobody. Keep your stuff together.
Listen.
Keep yourself
Get
together.
But I thought it was
Together.
awesome. I thought it was awesome.
Nice. Yeah,
Yes.
that's dope. Big up to
Somebody
big up
else
to
said
Rihanna.
that they like her foundation.
Her foundation.
Yeah, it works for a couple of my friends. They absolutely love it. But everybody, you got your own little thing,
Yeah.
funky skin things going on. I know I do.
Yeah. Shout out to Rihanna again. And then also, I want to talk about, it's something because when Serena came out with her line, because that's who I want to talk about, it was actually completely different. You know what I mean? That's how people felt. They felt like it wasn't inclusive, as you said.
But that's weird. They only talked about her cat suit, right? But if you look at her actual Serena line.
So it really is
inclusive? It really has jeans, sweatshirts, whatever. She has brown skin,
so
white,
it was just about
black.
the cat suit?
It was just really about that one thing.
Don't y'all get on that
I can't. Okay.
But when you go, but when you go to her actual page, she has a lot of. She has a lot. And it's so weird that I went to her page today. She offers a lot more than we saw, because you only saw like the tennis gear. But I mean, she has jeans, she has sweatsuits, she has sweatpants, and I saw brown skin.
All right, go ahead.
I'm about to get in trouble.
Go ahead,
Your world.
Say what you said.
When it comes to the cat suit,
Pamela.
she had to stop it. I think at a certain place. I think I'm happy that she did.
She didn't stop it.
Not the size that she didn't go.
Oh, you mean only goes to a
Yeah,
certain size?
certain goes to a certain size.
Yeah,
Yes, because after a while, it becomes a little see-through.
Well,
And I'm just gonna be honest.
well,
Like if you
Rihanna's
stretch the
stuff was,
material
see-through.
for too long, I'm being honest, and I know somebody gonna be like, Pam's body shaming. No, I'm not. I'm helping somebody out tonight. Like honestly, that's like me putting on a bodysuit because I can be too small for it or whatever the case may be. Listen, I just say, I'm just being honest. Somebody is going to be so upset with me tonight. I'm not body shaming, but I'm just saying that a cat suit does not look good on everybody. And I'm glad that she did it, because some people that I've seen online, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be happy with what it is that they have. Rock what you want. But at the end of the day, it don't look good when it's past a certain place.
If you like it, I love
The
it.
cat says meow, and then go meow.
Y'all got problems.
Why? Don't
like
start me up.
Yes, we just, and you know what?
Wear what you want.
Listen,
wear
I
what
told
you
you on
want.
Pam's World. This is Pam's World, so I know that people listen. I'm
what
not. We
you
just
want.
we having a good time. We laughing, but please wear. Yeah, of course, wear what you want, but not to the point where.
No, wear it to whatever
Somebody
point
will
you
say
want.
you can't tell
If you
them not
want to
to
wear
wear
black
it.
that
Well,
looks
I'm not
white,
gonna
you
say-
do that. If you want to wear white that look ashy, you do that. If you want to wear gray that looks transparent, you do that. But you wear what you want. And that's the piece. It's like, if you're happy and you're confident, no one should be able to tell you different. It shouldn't matter what I say.
But a lot of
she
people
say,
are not happy, Joyce.
Well,
Why do they
should
get
wear
so
it.
offended if somebody says something?
Because then
they're not happy.
What I'm saying is,
So I'm helping
if-
somebody
If
tonight.
you're not happy, then maybe you need
Don't
to
do
figure
that.
out why you're not. It's not my comment, or
What
it's
do you
not
mean
what
they're
I
not
think.
happy? You can't say they're not happy.
No, because why do you get mad when somebody says something?
Because people
Because they
don't
don't want
like
you to
it.
talk
People
about
don't like
them.
But
it.
that's like me. That's like me. Like, for instance, if I put something on somebody like, yo, P, like, I know y'all be like, Pam, like, y'all said it. Like,
And
yo,
you
what
be
you
like,
don't
I
listen
look
to us?
nice. I like these
don't-
funny looking
yes.
pants.
What's wrong with that?
I like my space boots. You don't like them? No, I don't.
Right, but say for instance, if
But
I
it don't
but if I
change
but
you-
if,
but
but
it
if I
don't
got
change you from
really
wearing it.
offended, if I got really offended and like sour,
But you do get like that sometimes.
I wasn't offended and sour. When? Just
Don't-
when I
don't
couldn't
don't
wear the
open up a
half.
can of worms on
just
the
the
show.
half shirt.
Yes,
Pam.
Come on,
Pam,
let's
'cause
open
you-
it up.
You don't want to
You
do
already
that.
know. Let's open.
Pam,
Open
all
the
we saying
floodgates.
is, like, even with you, if you don't want
say
to wear
one
something,
thing, I'm not gonna wear A, B, and C. Then the next time I turn around, you have on A, B, and C. I'm like, I thought you weren't wearing A, B, and C. You be like, what?
What's
I'm
wrong
like,
with
what? What?
this?
You said.
Yeah, the
I'm
half.
not-
Yeah, the half.
You
That was the half
said-
shirt.
Yeah, but how many times do you do it?
I'm
You
not
started
doing
off the
a
Bad Boy tour
that
with
didn't
a long
cover
shirt, and
your
then you start off the
stomach.
Bad Boy tour wearing like the what do you call it, camisole underneath the stuff,
Joyce,
and then in the
really?
middle of the tour, a picture flies up, and I see it. She like, I'm like, oh, so I guess we changed outfits.
What?
And
Yes.
she go, what? When I went like this, it was up. I said, yeah, but when you were dancing, it was up too. What happened to your mandate that you can't wear that?
Your
Then she
mandate,
gets mad and
not
she sucks
our
her teeth.
mandate, not God. You know,
She sucks her teeth. She
Your
gets mad.
mandate.
She rolls her eyes, and then she gets mad again at guy. Like, he already said it, but we've gone through this and we've had it. So when I show up
Yes.
on the photo shoot, the video shoot for Ghetto Love, right? So I come. So here I come to the video shoot. Okay, I'm there.
Really,
Boom,
Joyce,
boom, boom.
really, Joyce,
So Pam
really,
comes
Joyce,
out
really,
with the
Joyce.
lassie outfit, and she's getting her hair done. And she's in the hallway. I was like, oh, okay, so we can have your stomach out again. She was like, no, my stomach is covered. This
Y'all
much
see the end of the
her
video when
stomach
she's
was
like-
covered, and then the whole side was out.
when she looked
And
like
she
she
was
was, I'm gonna test
what?
drive.
I'm cool to test drive. And then she was just like, what? My stomach is covered. I said, Pam, you got like a strip of material on your stomach, and then all
It
the sides
was
out.
just- it
She was
was
like,
like right
but I
here.
do like it's cute.
And
I
it's
said
just
nobody
right
said
here.
it's not
It was
cute, but stop coming to us saying God told me this, and you want us to be her accountability partners, and then we say it. She doesn't
Wanna
do
get
this.
in
She used to
the
go.
seat tonight?
I'm not saying nothing no more.
That's exactly what
You
will
don't
happen.
have to say anything.
And
And
then then we be
since
body
we're going to
shaming.
go there.
Come on, let's go.
Her leg. All right, the first part of the video, she has on this beautiful dress, right? Legs all out. I mean, splits all up to the crotch. All right,
To
whatever.
It wasn't
So
to the. It wasn't to
they
the
were-
crotch. It was.
Oh,
It was.
yes.
It was.
There was
Yes.
Oh,
So then,
Yes.
so then,
I hope they're not to the crotch.
We go to the
Yes.
gym. We go to the gym like the Monday after, whatever. She's like, "Oh my God, my leg! Look at my leg." She got tore up by like a swarm of
Yeah,
mosquitoes. I
yeah,
said,
I
"Well, maybe
did.
you were covering your skin like the Lord told you to. You wouldn't have had that issue." And then she like,
I'm
and
in
she
the hot
wanted to
seat tonight,
listen,
You
but
put
you
yourself
do.
there.
You want to say something, and then you get mad, and then you get quiet, and then you feel some type of way. Then you want to go home and pray. I'm gonna ask God. Ask him what He already told you.
I know. I'm.
I wasn't convicted. You don't just because it's not wrong doesn't mean you have to be convicted.
Jesus.
I'm gonna go home and pray. But
I
go
didn't even know
pray.
nothing to say tonight.
Go say a prayer for me too while you at it,
Jesus
and go
Christ.
get the same answer that you got the first time.
Yes.
We love Pam, though.
We love her though.
But yes.
Just as she is.
God, you just dropped the bomb on me. Woo. Since
dropped
I'm
the
in the hot
bomb
seat
on
tonight.
me.
Bomb on me.
Baby.
You,
You
But that's
dropped
what-
the
that's-
bomb
that's-
But
on
yo,
me.
I don't even got to come back.
You the one that wanted. You're
Um,
wanted to go down this aisle.
Yes.
So walk
So,
it
with
with
all
your
of that being
flowers.
said, wear what you want. No, I'm just No, I'm only playing. Yeah, I'm only playing. I'm only playing. For
Next
real.
video is gonna be
Careful.
something else.
No. For real, I'm telling y'all,
yeah.
God
But
beat me.
I
He
do-
beat me
I
real
feel
good.
like
So
when
I,
you get to the point
I'm
where you
at a place,
convicted on it on your
yeah.
own, then it's a problem.
yeah, I'm in
I
a
mean-
place now. No, Joyce, you know what?
What you
I
know?
can honestly say I know. You know what I mean? I know, and I wanted to just
And
do
then
it
she
my
gets
way.
mad.
So with all of that,
we know.
you know,
She
with
gets
that
so
being
mad.
said, it's just like I'm at a place where it's just like I've finally made
Really?
the. Yes, I did this last video.
I don't
though.
believe you
I did
until-
this
I don't-
last
I
video.
don't- I'm
It's
just
only
telling
one
you.
more video that's coming out
No,
with
it's
the
not.
half
Only one more.
shirt on. Yeah.
What?
It's not a video. It's not a whole video,
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's
we
the
forgot about that. I
workout. The
forgot about
workout
that.
video.
Right.
It's the workout video.
I'm working
so,
out.
Yeah,
Pam
I just
usually
thought
works
I
out
just
in
thought
a
I was
snorkel
just.
suit. But when she shot
Hoodie,
this,
sweatshirt.
I mean, I'm not even playing. Pam works out with a sweatsuit, a hoodie, and I'm like, Dad, aren't you
I
hot?
really do.
And then
Yes.
she sent me some clip. Oh, I gotta show you this clip of this thing I'm doing. I'm gonna send it to Adidas, whatever. She sent me the clip. I was like, oh, so
I
The
might
back
be
with the stomach
posting it,
out?
depending on.
she was like,
if
well,
I can
no,
or not.
this requires this. When you work
Sure.
out, it requires this. I said, but I never see you like that in the gym ever.
Yeah, no.
ever.
Yes, because I think it's in the gym. The
Oh,
reason why
stop.
I
I don't
promise
even
you, the
wanna hear
reason why I started really covering up is because of the fact that when I was talking, I'm gonna be honest. When I was talking to this last dude that I was talking to, I was like, out of respect for him, I was like, I'm gonna cover up.
You know why that's a
'Cause
lie?
No,
You know why that's a
honestly,
lie?
No, I said
I'm about
for
to
real,
finish
I
it. Finish it. So I
promise
can
you.
finish
This
her.
is what I said.
Go ahead,
Like,
because I'm a finisher. Go ahead.
she's saying she gonna finish me,
Say
but
it,
I
finish
did.
it, finish it.
I
Like Mortal
covered up
Kombat.
because I was like, I don't want to. I was like, I was covering up for him, and then I was covering up too for the dudes that was in there. I was respecting him. That's what I did it for. I promise you, and I kept it, and I just kept it that way because I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna come with my tail all out in the gym. That's how I felt.
Okay. I'm
But
so
I'm
glad that
gonna-
we've been working out for years before said gentleman came on the scene.
Right.
You were wearing hoodies before you met him. You were covered up.
But then I
before-
stopped.
What you mean? So you mean to tell me you started wearing? Okay. So this is what you're saying.
Come
Because
on.
you just tried to make it seem like you started covering up as respect for him. So before him, you were wearing your hoodies and your sweats and all of that, right?
right.
Okay, so you're saying then
And
you
then I
started
went-
peeling off layers when you got with him.
Yes, that's what she said.
Peeling off later. What you mean peeling off later?
Because apparently, when did
Yeah,
you start dressing with your behind out
when
and
I
with your
when I
stomach out?
start when I
When you
I
started
didn't,
saying-
I didn't but I didn't
don't
have
touch
I didn't
me.
have my stomach out. But
But
I
you
didn't have
just
my
said-
stomach out not one time around him.
But you
but
just-
I came back
Welcome
with the
to
pants
Pam's
that was
world, everybody.
the
Exactly.
pants that were tight.
Exactly, but that was
Yes.
for him.
It was for him.
Oh,
I'm just being honest.
Oh, I should say something on the air, but I'm not going to say it. No, but the thing is, that's what I'm saying, though. Now you're going to cover up from him, but you were covered up before him. Then you started showing your tail to him, and then now you're talking about out of respect for him.
Because I was convicted. I wore some pants.
Because you never wore that. We've been working out for years. You never wear that stuff.
Right. You're
like MC Hammer pants and a sweatshirt.
Exactly.
You're absolutely right. And I promise you, and I caught myself. It was like,
ooh, you little hot behind.
for like a week.
So
I promise you.
See, it probably wasn't a week. Probably was a month.
No, it wasn't a month. I promise you, it wasn't a month.
So he could see your shape.
Yeah, I did.
He could see your hamstrings and your quads. And you the woman of God, right?
Dang.
My God. Evangelist Long.
Drop the bomb.
Well, we went from
How
body
did I get
shaming.
in the seat, y'all? Like, what
You
happened?
put yourself in the seat.
This is what happens on Pam's.
What did God
You
say?
never know what's going to happen
talking
here.
about the cat
Dog, I done
suit.
got hot. Jesus.
It is hot.
Yes, go.
It is. It's hot. I'm
I'm
hot.
so
Feet sweating.
comfortable. I'm
Hands,
not hot. I'm fine.
hands sweating. Everything over here. But yes, that's what I did. I really did, y'all. And I was convicted.
So let's
I
go
was
here. Let's
convicted.
go here. Let's take it here.
What Kiki
Pam,
said?
just be quiet, please. You can't take it.
All right, let's take it here.
Oh God.
Let's do this.
All
Because
right.
I don't know what your next topic is, and I don't want to take you off of that.
Mm-hmm.
This is your world. But let's address this for the women. Why did you feel the need
Okay.
to change up your wardrobe when you were dating said gentleman?
You know what? And this is actually before we were dating. Honestly, it was like we was just kind of talking. I knew he was into me. I was into him, or whatever. But I did it because of low self-esteem. Come on, like it was me. That's when I was in a place where my esteem about myself wasn't even there. You know what I mean? And that's just being honest. And it was just like I felt the need to, all right, well, when I go to the gym, I'm sweating and this, that, and the third, but I still can look good because I know what my body look like. You understand? So it's just like because I knew that, then it was just like, okay, well, I'm not going to flaunt it. I'm not going to flaunt it crazy, but I'm going to walk and he going to see it. He going to see what I got. He going to see me. And it was just like, and I knew it caught his attention, but at that time,
But you
I
already
was
had his
convicted.
attention. That's why he was trying to talk
And
to you
that,
in the
and
first
you know
place.
what, Pastor, that was the part of me that low self-esteem, that part of me that didn't love me to the point where it was just like I couldn't see what he saw. So because I couldn't see what he saw in me, it made me feel like, you know what I mean, I got to go to a different level. I'm not going to sex dude because I'm not doing that because I'm not going there, God. But when I put them clothes on, and for that time that I had them clothes on, and I knew that he saw me, because he commented.
What was the comment, Pam?
His comment was like,
wanna
he's
tell
like,
us?
ooh.
Ooh.
He's like, ooh.
And you like that? It made you
Yeah,
feel,
I did. It made me feel good because I was just like, at least to myself, I was like, at least I know
I tell
got
you,
it.
you're pretty.
I know.
She don't want to hear from
You
us.
don't want to hear that. Shut up, Pastor. I don't care what you think.
God.
You're my friend.
Oh God, exactly. You know what I mean? And those are the things. But now because I'm in a different place, now because thank God that I did the work. You know what I mean? I had to put the work in to really start to, and that's one thing that you taught me is that you got to put the work in. You gotta say where you are so that you can get to the next place. But if you never admit to what it is that was going on, and that's what was going on with me. You know what I mean? And so I say to any woman that's out there watching, like, you don't have to do all of that. You know what I mean? Of course, if you get your pretty on and be pretty at every state though. You know what I mean? Be pretty in the morning when you wake up and you got the spit on the side of your mouth. You know what I mean? Be pretty. Be pretty when at every bit of it. Be pretty whatever it is that you do. Don't not just when you feel like you got something certain on you or somebody's next to you and that was my arm in arm. You know what I mean? I felt like I was something when he was with me because I saw what he looked like, opposed to me seeing myself and saying, I'm thinking in my own head like I'm privileged to be with this dude. So and then I'm not even looking at him and saying I'm not even saying that he don't even know that he's privileged to be with me because I'm a woman of God. You know, first, if not for nothing else. So I look at all of those things and it's just like I thank God that I finally got it. And I know that I don't have to take my clothes off, but I still have my little issues with wanting to show, like when I'm working out. Like when I'm working out, like when I did the commercial, like, to let these cats know, like, I'm 42 years old, like, and I'm still rocking hard. So I don't see nothing wrong. Like, my body still look good. And I have an issue with that sometimes. And God is just like, I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do, when you do it. I told you to cover up, and that's point blank in the period. Anything outside of that, you're sinning against me. It's your choice. You know what I mean? So now I get it, and I'm just like, wow, God, I get it. And that's why the last video that I have not put it up yet, because he hasn't told me that I can. So if he says that I can, then I will. But me, Pam, wants to put it up because I'm just like, yo, I'm working out. This is what I did. No, Pastor, I promise you, I'm not going to put it. It's been, I promise you, it's been since I got it. No, since I got it, even today. Even I can't. Even though today I went and I put the tags on it. I put the hashtags on it. I was sent it over to Nike, to Adidas, and a couple of other people. I promise you, I was sitting. No. I didn't push it. I didn't push send because I asked God. I said, can I put this up? And he has not answered me. And until he answers me, I'm not doing it because I'm like, yo, that's what Pam does. Pam used to do what Pam wanted to do and try to act like, okay, God, like just roll with it. Just roll with what I just did. No. I took a pause and I was just like, yo, I did all of the hashtags today. And I said, God, I'm not going to do this unless you tell me that I can. Can I? And he has not answered me. And I said, I'm not doing it until he answers me. If he answers me, cool. If he doesn't, then I'm not putting it up.
Pam, this is your father. Do not post that video.
Yes, yo, listen. All right.
I'm Joyce.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's where I'm at. Like I thank God because the old me, like 2 weeks ago me, and I'm gonna be honest.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago me, when I did the video, I would have put it up. But because I said like, yo, God, like I'm really for real, like I'm chasing you so hard and I love you, like I really want you. So I have to learn how to put Pamela Long down completely, not holding on to pieces like I want to, like I always be trying to. God is like, yo, no, all of you are nothing.
All right.
And so that's it. That's where I'm at. So that's why you haven't seen the video. Because 2 weeks ago, you would have saw that video.
I know she was mad 2 weeks ago.
Tamsin said he already answered you though, and you maybe don't want to hear it.
Ooh. No, well, Tamsin, I can't say that he has it.
She like, you about to get put out the car.
Tamsin, you about to get put out the car real quick. But no, honestly, I can't say that he has because it was something that I did. If he tells me to scrap it, if he tells me to scrap it, then I guess I gotta scrap it, and I'm gonna lose.
All right, but let me say this: does there need to be an answer if the original mandate still stands?
I don't know.
Why don't you know?
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say.
The original mandate still stands.
I already did it though.
It doesn't matter. But if the original mandate still stands to not expose parts of your body, your skin, regardless of what you do, now you want another answer behind that. So it's like, I told you don't expose your body, but can I release this video?
God.
I'm just saying.
There's your answer.
I'm asking. Is that what we do? Is that what we do? Yeah. Like the original mandate. If God said,
you in a season of loneliness, right?
God,
then you ain't never been lonely. You just keep on moving where you want to move, doing what you want.
And then you say, God, is this okay? But if the original, I'll just use myself. Let's use fornication. And we know that fornication, according to God, is a sin, right? So if I get with someone and we're together and I say, well, God, is this okay? Or we say, I already did it. Is it okay? The original mandate still stands. The word doesn't change. So if the Holy Spirit told you, and I'm not getting on you, but let's just be real. If the Holy Spirit said, Pam, I want you to be an example. I want you to be different from everyone else. Yes, you have this beautiful body. You work hard, all that good stuff. But I want you to cover up. So if he said that, and then it's 2 years later, and you made the video with your core out, and you said, well, God, can I post this? That's probably why he didn't say anything,
right?
Because he's like, "What did I already say?"
I get it, and you know what? I'm gonna say this, and
we about to slide somewhere. I can hear that.
Yes,
slide all the way out.
Nah, you know what?
Good night.
Honestly, right now, I can promise you, like this sucks because I'm like, yo, I just paid all of this money. And I just lost it all. But at the end of the day,
not necessarily.
I'm gonna say this,
not necessarily because you know what? You can get something where one of the shots that you have where you show and I know I've seen the shots where when you're in the distance. No, when you guys can see you on the field, I think you're boxing or whatever. It's kind of dark, right? So you really can't see his stomach. But what I'm saying is, if they put some type of effect there, if they put some type of effect there, or if there's wording there, like let's say there's a message you want to send out. 42 and still fit, and that little section can be right where your stomach is. Where you still boxing, it's still, they don't see it. But I'm just saying, not that your money has to be lost, but I want to address Kasha.
Dang it.
Kasha said, what if it's fitness related? Great question.
That's what I
I've
thought
seen-
at first.
okay.
I promise you. That's what I thought. Kasha, you rolling down my street.
Yeah,
That's what I
if
thought.
that's what you
related.
thought,
This
then
is
but
what we
that's-
do,
but
though.
that's
But
not
this
what
is-
it is,
But
though.
this is
I
what
know.
it is. See, what
It's
did
not.
God say?
I know. I get it.
What did God say? If it's fitness related, what did God say? So
God.
fitness related, you also have plenty of shirts that have that are made with that material that absorb sweat, that go over the pants, that are fine. Fitness related. There are plenty of beautiful, dope sweatsuits that are
What if
fitness
you don't want
related.
it over the
It doesn't
pants?
matter
That's
because
because
what
that's
did
what you
God
want.
say?
No,
exactly.
what you mean over the pants?
Yeah,
right here
that
at the
just
ceiling?
that just
Meet
meet it.
your
Oh,
pants.
yeah. I thought you meant over the pants.
No,
like,
no,
oh,
no.
No,
But
like
they,
these,
they
okay.
meet the pants. What I'm
Okay.
saying is,
Okay.
this is what we do. It's fitness related to the industry, but what did God say to me? I don't care what industry I'm going into. If God said
Hallelujah.
something to me,
That's true.
then the industry was going to have to conform to what God said to me.
True.
I don't conform to what the industry says. And that's what you have to
give it
stop
to you.
doing.
That's true. That's true. And you know what?
Dang it! Because we do that all
You
the
never
time.
know what you're
And
gonna catch on Pam's
It
World.
gets me mad.
Yeah,
because
that's
we
true.
don't conform to the world. We are living in this world, but we are not of this world.
That's true.
Now, if you want to be a Christian, then be a Christian. If you don't, then don't say you're a Christian. You good. Do your thing. But if you are, then you have a mandate. And when y'all don't want to follow it, then all of a sudden you got 25,000 excuses because of this. And you want to tell me about what if it's a mandate? I don't conform. You conform.
Right. And you know what? I get it. I get it. True that. I can't even say nothing else to it. Like Kiki said, Pam, just hush, at
That's
the end of the
right.
day. So it's just like, I definitely, I get it. I understand it even more now. And it's just like, I really do just thank God. Like at the end of the day, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I did not I move like the old me would have, and I'm grateful for even having this conversation because I truly know that I've gotten my answer. You know what I mean? Because of the way that it was put as far as the mandate. What was the mandate? So yeah, for me, for my life, for my life, what was I told to do? And because of that, I should not have to answer you again.
So
and
if
I
you
get
are
it.
a designer, we need
get
you to design some
Some
apparel.
Come on.
That is fashionable, funky, and hip. That Pamela Long would love to
on,
wear,
man.
because that's the thing you have to adjust. I had to
And
adjust
that's
my
the
entire
thing. Like,
clothing
yo, Pastor, I
when I
promise
became
you, I feel like I'm losing my girly.
But
Like,
you're not losing
God.
your girly. You're gorgeous.
Is your girl in your
Jesus.
stomach?
Your girly's just your
It's
stomach.
a part of it.
That's your girl.
That's
your
what.
stomach?
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I got
what
a
it
lot
was.
of girly. If
Like,
that's the case.
like no, for me, like it was like just you know what I mean, just a little bit. Let me just bring y'all into Pam's world a little bit. Personally, that was my go-to. You know what I mean? That was my go-to. That was my pretty. That was my, my hair was my thing. Pam was known for her hair. Pam was known for her body. And it's just like, yo, God changed all of that. You know what I mean? It's just like, no more perms. God, no, that's it. That's done. All right, no more no more wearing your stomach out. It was just like, yo, and when you have something that is what you deem as, that was my deeming as. It's not to say that it was, but that's what I saw.
Yeah.
That was the thing that people talked about. So if it goes away, then what are they going to say now? And that's what I used to thrive off
I'm
of.
about to get.
You understand what I'm saying?
You know I love you. You know I love you. But you're about to get me upset because you're saying, was the mandate temporary? I've never heard of a temporary mandate.
Wow.
How would a mandate be temporary? This is your mandate. He didn't
Yeah.
tell her for a season. What he told her,
Yeah.
what she told us, he told her, was God said to cover up.
Yes.
That he's going to use me as an example. I have to come differently. So a mandate is not seasonal. Fornication is not seasonal. I'm not going to sleep with you in the winter, but in the summertime, when the clothes change, it's different. A mandate is not
that's good.
temporary.
Yo, wow, that's
No,
that's
I'm fussing right now. But you know why I get upset? And I love you. I do love you, Kasha. You know that. But I get upset because we always try to adjust when we want to do what we want to do, and we will make we will rationalize it, and we will make adjustments for
Jesus.
us to do what we want to do and still want to be okay with God. This is what I'm going to say. You continue to do that. Not just you, Kasha, but you do that. But you have to still know whatever you try to rationalize, it's still what it is for God.
Yeah.
It's still what it is for
He
God.
still hold you accountable.
He's still
right?
going to hold us
Yeah.
accountable.
Yeah.
So he's going to hold me accountable to things if he tells me to do something and I don't, to say something that I don't. And thank you, Lord. One of the things he is holding me accountable for now is saying what needs to be said, regardless of who likes it and who doesn't. And again, I love you. Great. I'm glad you're not offended. But she said she had a mandate and it's not temporary. This is what he told her. So it's not going to change in 5 years. I can't start fornicating 5 years from now.
Yeah.
And just because I'm not married 5-10 years from now. Well, God, it's been 5-10 years. It doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
It still is what it
Jesus.
is. And we have to learn how to be real with ourselves and be real with God.
Absolutely. And you know what? I love it. I love how Pam's world works because I truly, honestly know that I've gotten my
he
answer
told
tonight.
Kasha, this is
I do.
what he told her.
Yeah, this is what he said to me.
And
This
then
is
when
what
she
he said
comes
to
in,
me.
oh, I heard from the Lord. I
Let
heard
me
from
get
the
in
Lord.
shape. God didn't tell me
She's
that.
she's excited about it. But then when we hold her as true friends accountable, like, you're going to do what you want. But didn't you say that God said, I mean, we've had this conversation.
We've had this conversation
for like
so many times.
2 years.
Yeah, and that's why it's enough.
Then
for
she
me.
gets mad.
Yeah,
and
I
then
get
she
ticked
pouts,
all the way.
And
Then
then
she
she
disappears.
All
doesn't
the
talk.
way.
And then she doesn't
so
want to
upset.
call. And,
Yes.
And then she's better. She's better.
Thank God.
But my thing is,
Thank
I
God.
told people, if I'm your friend, I'm going to be a friend, and I will want my friend to
Absolutely.
tell me, but I'm not going to sit here and let you crash and burn, and I'm going to just watch you burn as your friend.
Right.
Now, if God tells me to back up, I'm going to back up.
Jesus.
I am. But with this, and we realize that God did something over here with this Trinity, and
Yes, he has.
we're
Thank you,
accountable to one another and for one another. So if she's doing something, I'm gonna call her on it the same way I gotta call Joyce on it. She didn't like some stuff that happened on Saturday. The same way God called me on something, like, and we had a debate because I guess Joyce may have thought I was being too hard on myself. But I was like, I'm not being hard on myself. I heard what God said,
Yes, ma'am.
and I'm not doing A, B, and C. And it was so minute. You were like, what are you talking about? But I'm telling you, when you hear the voice of God, you go with it. And I'm not gonna let even my girls influence me to do otherwise because they don't think it's that heavy or weighty.
Amen.
I know what God said to me.
That's good. You know what? I'm grateful that this whole conversation came out because I got my answer. If I don't know nothing else, so we will
So
not
no
be
video.
seeing. We will not be seeing that.
Not
video.
in that form.
Not that one in that
Because
form.
it may be something
Absolutely.
that they could do to
Absolutely. Yep. If we can hide it, cool. If not,
So get on that,
but
Tamsin.
You know what? That's the thing. Come on. That's the thing. Look,
You would not have had to sacrifice
come on.
if you were obedient.
That's it.
Come here,
that
Joyce,
what-
Minister Barry. That's what she said. She had a different take on that. Obedience is better than sacrifice. She said sometimes you wouldn't have to sacrifice if you were obedient in the first place. So if Pam does lose this money,
It was
it'll
my
be like,
fault.
oh, well, I have to sacrifice this. No, if you were obedient, that would have never happened in the first place.
Jesus.
Ooh,
Put on some
kata,
clothes.
yeah, kiddo.
Yep, and that mean that you gotta do it all. You gotta shoot it all over again. You had everybody's time, all of that stuff, and had 3 camera people, all of that.
Wow.
Yep, a trainer. All
You need
yeah.
a wardrobe.
Everything.
What is it called? Where you have
Shout out to
keep
Keisha
you
Henderson. Keisha, please.
accountable.
Keisha, come on, help me.
A wardrobe accountability partner.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
to see you when you walk out the door. Be right
Is
at the
she
door.
all right?
Are you all right?
Be like,
It only had it's polka dots. Listen, you you heard
I love
it. You
Yes,
heard it.
Yes,
you
you
heard
know
it.
what,
You
y'all?
heard
That's
it.
it. I really do. I love it. Y'all already know, but
That's right. That's right.
come on, what
That's right, Kasha. So then, Pam, let me contact Nike and get you a turtleneck and Under Armour and some gauchos.
You know they do have that stuff.
Oh, don't
Yo,
you come
could
with
do
no
it.
turtleneck.
But
I don't want no
but-
turtleneck.
but-
No turtlenecks.
But what I'm saying is this: what
No.
about the winter sports where they have to be covered, but they're still athletic? When they do
Okay.
the snow bob
Yeah,
and
they
all
wear-
that,
All right.
is that right?
Yeah.
Snow bobbing,
Yo, listen.
sledding,
But they
skiing.
wear- but they wearing
We're gonna
them
teach you how to
cat
ski. We're gonna teach you how to
But they be
ski.
wearing them cat suits.
But cat suits is covered up. We're gonna teach you how to ski. You
Yeah,
gonna
he
get
did
like a
tell her
really
that, yeah.
bedazzled hoodie.
That's right.
Yes, Kasha,
Hallelujah.
do it.
That's what you
You're gonna be a model for the modest gym
Oh,
wear.
God.
God already started giving me some sketches, so
For the modest gym wear. I think that, Kelly said, Pam, it could be that you're going to be a model for the
yes,
modest
it's a whole new
gym
thing.
wear for women of God. Forget Nike and Adidas. That might be Pam's wear.
Oh, I like
Oh,
Pam's
right,
wear.
good.
Kelly,
All right, Kelly.
come on through here.
You better Pam.
You better
You
say
better
it.
say it. Come through. That's dope. Kelly, come through.
Covered and cute.
Come on.
And you got to make sure you cover all sizes.
Yes, I will. You already know what it is, JB. And then since I said her name, you already know I got to turn the music down. Y'all got to say it. I got to say it. I got to say it.
What we got to say?
Sports.
All right, y'all.
On sports.
It's real simple today. You know, as you've already known, today is Football Sunday. And yes, the next couple of Sundays will be Football Sunday. But this Sunday, in a few minutes, you will have the start of the best game of the night. The New York Giants will be playing the Cowboys. And we shall win. So we will have our first victory of the season, and the Cowboys will lose. If you are listening to us and you are wondering what channel you can find it on, Football Night in America, y'all, Channel 4. You're gonna have the Cowboys and the Giants. We're playing down at Cowboy Stadium, formerly, also known as last year they beat us a couple times, so. Well, I won't call it MetLife South. But, yeah, so I wonder what you guys thought about the games this week. What did y'all think about what took place so far? To me, I love the red zone. I'm not sure how many of you have it, but the red zone is phenomenal. Today, between the Green Bay game, which was insane, and for a different reason. I mean, Kirk Cousins was intercepted twice in the last couple minutes of the game, and they came back to tie when they needed a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Are you kidding me? If you do not watch football, I really believe you need to start. I mean, it is so enjoyable. It's so much fun. I don't have to worry about what I'm doing on Sunday. I can watch football from morning to night, which is bad. Now, as I told you, the Giants game is getting ready to come on. If you're watching Channel 4 now, you're seeing that they're talking about the different games. You saw that the Patriots just lost to Jacksonville. You saw that the Broncos pulled it off in the last second. I'm sorry, Eric. I know you on your trip, and I know you're somewhere sad because they lost again. I'm so sorry, Eric. But, this is such a good time. I mean, come on. The Rams destroyed the Cardinals. The Eagles lost. Everybody was a fly, Eagles fly. All y'all Eagles fans last week just thought y'all was going to just wipe through. Y'all are horrible. Y'all lost to, I can't, somebody called him McGregor today. But do y'all know the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? You know who he is, right? He's Fitzpatrick. How on earth is he destroying people? How on earth is he destroying people? Right now, he's probably like, I can't explain it. It's insane what's happening right now in the NFL. So I'm asking you guys to come on, keep out, watch. Also, too, you guys can follow me on Instagram, Facebook. And if you want to reach out to me and you don't like to type and you don't have all these various social media handles, you can reach out to me at 877. Oh, okay. I don't remember. 877-9-CALL-JB. And you can leave a message. You can leave a message. You can tell me what you want to talk about. And if you want to mention what you want me to talk about on Pam's World.
JB.
877-9-CALL-JB. Yeah. And I'm there. Like I said, you can always email me. You can Facebook me. You can Instagram me. You can YouTube me. You can do it all. JB on Sports is the handle. I look forward to hearing from you guys. As I
And won't you be somewhere on Tuesday night?
I'm working out the details. I may be someplace on Tuesday night. I will post that on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And
dope.
I will also have that on my website, jbonsports.com.
You ain't ready.
And also too, you guys, when you put your if you call and you leave your messages or you provide whatever it is that you want to provide, I'm going to be doing a podcast, and my podcast is going to be surrounded by some of the questions and the things that get pushed my way. All right. So I look forward to hearing and seeing all of you back here next week. Oh, no. Yeah. I look forward to seeing all of you here next week. And I hope you guys, like I said, call, reach out, and all those wonderful things. I'm a little bit distracted because, right now, the Giants and Cowboys about to play.
Kasha said, what about them Raiders?
Oh, them Raiders lost. Them Raiders lost. They looked like they was going to win, and they tried, but them Raiders lost.
I can't.
And I know a few Raider fans out there, and I feel sorry for you guys because I know y'all thought because y'all gave Chucky this $100 million contract, y'all signed it for 10 years, y'all thought y'all was going to reinvent y'all Super Bowl now it's not happening. Y'all don't have the personnel. Y'all just not going to do it.
JB, I think somebody want to holler at you real quick.
All right.
They call back.
Whoever that was, you can call back.
I didn't mean to be.
All right, whoever that was, you could call back.
From Atlanta though. It was Atlanta.
But
call back.
Atlanta. I mean, today was an amazing game. I mean, like today the games were just insane. Like games that shouldn't have been close were close. Teams that shouldn't have won. I mean, come on, the Saints had to. I mean, the Saints are people's Super Bowl pick, and they got destroyed week 1. I mean, and then you got no one expected Tampa Bay to win a game, especially when their quarterback is out. And you got McGregor quarterbacking that team, and they're winning. It's insane right now. This is why football is so much fun. And also, too, if you are a person that looks at this, it also shows you that you should never give up. You should never quit. There were teams that were down, and they had to score. They had minutes and seconds left. They scored touchdowns and extra points. Something that seemed like it was impossible was possible. But if you gave up and quit and just thought that this hill was too far to climb, you would never win. So this is why I love sports in general. But football season just does something to me, y'all.
All right.
So again, if you're watching us and you're a football fan, yeah, that's all right. Watch us. You can watch the score. You know, the game ain't going to be over until we're off the air. So you can watch the end of the game live.
So call in at 646-233-1302.
646.
Okay, Kasha, we do know that
13,
that's not true.
02.
Kasha, who is he going to throw to? Who is Prescott throwing to? The Giants are going to destroy the Cowboys tonight.
Not at all. Kasha, you already know what it is. Come on, you know what time it is. Tonight.
You're going to see number 13 and 26 just running in and out of the interval. They're playing in like 5 minutes.
Tonight.
So, all right, everybody.
It's going down.
I'll be watching Beat Bobby Flay.
And I will be watching football.
I'll be in the bed.
Yeah, I was about to say, I really have
I'll
to
be in the bed.
watch him tomorrow.
Yeah, that's my mandate.
I have
Good
to
night.
go to sleep. Mandates.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Good night, Pamela.
Yeah.
Good night.
Well, you know, God has given me mandates to wake up, but not mandates to go to sleep yet. So sometimes that's my sacrifice.
You next.
I know I have to go to bed.
You next.
That is my
All
sacrifice.
right, y'all. Y'all already know. JB, you want something to say? You got something to say?
No, I'm good. I'm good. You guys,
good?
okay? Check it out.
Yeah.
When we win, call me, congratulate me, reach out to me. You know, call me the prophet of football.
Y'all already know what time it was. JB
Yes.
on
sports. Yes.
You already know. Now I want to just leave y'all breathless real quick with Shamba, the artist. Check this out.
All right.
There go again. I'm stuck in your eyes and your looks all over again. I keep falling in a bliss. Two hearts that fell into oblivion. Cause if it wasn't meant to be, then fate your fool. Because even when we're apart, I still feel the love. Not one word spoken in months I've counted. Numerous lost attempts. Only question is, do you want it, want it? Do you need it, need it? Can you feel it, feel it? My heart beating, beating. Triple time it's good to be when you're standing next to me. Getting harder to hold on, let me catch my breath. 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 Hold on, let me catch my breath.
Yo, I love that record. Shout out to Shamba, the artist. Please, please, please. Her album is Rainbows and Hurricanes and Rainbows, and you can get that on you can get it on Apple Music, whatever, however, Tidal. I believe she's on Amazon, Spotify. That album,
Pam loves it.
but that song
Yes,
right
Pam
there,
loves it.
Breathless. Yo, listen, all day for me. All day. All right, y'all. If you don't know, now you
Now
know.
you know.
That's what Biggie said. Shout out to Big. He'll live on forever. Listen, I want to get into the segment where we talk about where your voice matters. And I
Your
wanted to talk
voice.
about, yeah, it does, right? So please weigh in at 646-233-1302. Again, 646-233-1302. I want to talk about when you walk into a room and you realize that you're different from everybody in the room. What do you do? Do you leave?
No.
Do you become loud? You know how some people become loud and boisterous to be seen, or either you scale back and you fall back because of your difference.
No.
But
You
like,
just
what
walk
do you
in
do?
and be
You're
confident
always
going to
and
be
do it.
different.
You know what I mean?
Do
Like
what you
no,
do.
but sometimes, like you're different. Like sometimes you can walk into a place. I felt like that before. I felt like that plenty of times. And it was only through the insecurities, of course. When you don't really truly honestly know who you are and you walk into a room, you can feel like you're the only one in there in your lane, and meaning that you're so different from everybody else because you're looking at, if you're looking at the scope of the room, you just seem like you're out of place. What do you do? And I know that there are some people that will walk in the room and act all the way up, you know what I mean, to make themselves be seen. So what do you do? What do you do?
Well, this is your voice matter, so you guys call in at 646-233-1302. But if I walk in a room and notice there is a difference or that I'm different, I'm just going to be Dee Dee. I'm going to walk in, I'm going to be who I am. I'm not going to go overboard to try to stand out, and I'm not going to diminish my light as well. I'm just going to be myself. I'm going to be myself.
Absolutely. JB?
Going to be me.
Absolutely. And I get it, you know, but there, honestly though, I can honestly say that I don't know how many people are out there, but I can just speak for myself. There's been times that I walked into a room and I felt so different and I felt myself shrinking. I can feel myself becoming very small and within my own self though. You know what I mean? It's like it's something that goes on, and it's just like it's almost like you just want to disappear. But you can't.
Well, for one thing, I think you're paying attention to too many people who's in
Yeah.
the room. 'Cause
Absolutely. I've been there.
It's times I can go into a place, I don't necessarily notice that I'm different, you know, because maybe I'm not there for that reason. Like if I'm there for, if it's a nail salon,
It's not.
and
It's
I'm the
not that
only
you're
African
trying.
Amer-
You're not
I'm
trying
just-
to be different.
I'm not saying.
The-
Can
the-
I
the panic?
finish?
She's just trying to
I was
answer
just
the question.
saying, let's say I walk into a nail salon and I'm the only African American, right?
Mhm.
I may not notice that, or if I did notice it for a moment, I'm there to get my pedicure and my manicure. So I don't necessarily focus on that I'm the only one that looks different.
But
If
you're not trying, it's not
Yeah.
something that you're trying to do, and it's not so much as something, like I said, it wasn't something that I used to
But
try
what
to
made
do.
you diminish? Like what made you shrink? Because you said
Like
you
what-
noticed you were different. I
Yeah,
don't necessarily
because
notice it.
for whatever reason, like when you go and because of the fact that when you look around, you know what I mean? It's not something that you're trying. It's not something that I'm going into a place and saying, I wonder if I'm going to be different. That wasn't my thing
No, I
back
know
then.
that.
You know, it was just more or less when I walked into some places, I realized like I felt different. There was a time when I remember when there was a radio show going on. There was a radio show, and I remember being the only dark-skinned one in the room. Everybody else was light-skinned, hair, long hair, this, that, and the third, da-da-da-da. And it's just like when I was sitting there, I felt so, and this was a long time ago, but I remember sitting there and I felt like I could feel myself starting to like shrink. I started to feel like I was the only one, that I was just like, this is, you know what I mean? And that was just from my own inner insecurities
But
that
that's
I
what I was
had.
going to say. I think that's because
And
you had
that's-
an insecurity about dark skin versus, wow, I'm the only dark. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's
Because
the,
I would have seen it like we're all black. in
right,
my
but
mind.
that was and that was my thinking then. So that was my way in. Like I know that it's a possibility, because I'm not going to say that I know. I'm pretty sure that the way I think, I feel like there's somebody else that has walked into a place and you felt so different, and that's why I wanna see how they felt, and then too in turn how to help them when they feel that way. Because for myself, it's just like you don't want to say anything. Of course, I didn't say anything to anybody because it's just like you don't want to look like the stupid one. And I spoke to y'all about some of these things before. It's just like you don't want to say, like, if you say something, then somebody look at you like, oh, like, why you had that thought? So it's just like that's the thing that I wanted to address. Have you ever walked into a place and felt different?
Okay.
And then because of you feeling that way, what steps did you take? Did you act up? Did you leave? Did you whatever? And then too, to help somebody to understand, it's just like, yo, to embrace your difference, whatever. You understand?
It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Kash is saying, depending on the difference, like what the difference is, if she's uncomfortable based on what's going on, she will leave. It says, but I can't see the rest of it on my screen. Because when I open it up, it tries to show me emojis.
Okay.
But I think she's saying, like, let's say they're doing something that she's not
the
about.
rest of it says, but I can stand alone and people come to me because I make them feel differently.
Okay. So I guess if they're doing...
Make them feel welcome.
If they are participating in activities that you wouldn't do and that makes you different, she's saying she would leave. And I get that. Like, if I go somewhere, if everybody's doing drugs. But it depends.
Oh, yeah.
Like, but it
Absolutely.
depends, because I've gone to places supporting people. Like, let's say a birthday party, and a friend invites me to a birthday party, and I go in, and it's at a club where everybody's dancing and grinding and drinking. I went to support my friend. Mm-hmm. So I can support my friend. Hey, happy birthday. And I'm there and I'm sitting. I have my pineapple juice or whatever. It doesn't bother me that the rest are drinking and dancing and doing what they're doing. What started happening was they were getting bothered by me being there. And you know what I mean? They're like, oh, why'd you invite her? She's a pastor. And I'm just sitting there, you do your thing. But then people started feeling convicted in what they were doing. So I was just like, all right. After a while, I stopped going, not to not show support, but because do what y'all do. Like, y'all getting convicted. I've left for dinner where, not because I was different, but I knew that they were there to celebrate someone, and they were so uncomfortable with themselves, and they couldn't be who they normally were because I was there. So I stayed for, about an hour and a half, and then and the way I did it was really easy. It didn't seem like anything, but I texted her. I said, I left so your friends could be your friends. And they said, as soon as I left, they was like, oh, we really like her, but like, wow, now can I order a drink? Like, everybody started ordering drinks and all this other kind of stuff. Right. And then again, you're just not being who you are. But I get it. It's just what it is.
All right. So my thing is, yeah, Kiki, I definitely get it. I sure wouldn't want to be in a world where everyone is the same. Absolutely, not at all. And what I want to say is this: is that because I do know that everybody is different, but my main thing about the difference that I want to specifically touch on is how to help someone to embrace their difference, because
it's speaking to their confidence.
My thing is this: is that the old Pam. Because I thank God that I'm no longer that person, and I thank God for that. But it took a while for me to get to that place. What would you say to the old Pam? What would you say to her? Because I thank God she no longer lives here. But what would you say to her? But what would you say? Because I don't know if anybody is brave enough to say it, and I'm not trying to throw no shade or nothing at nobody, and not trying to put them in that place. But say, for instance, if it is somebody that's listening to this or some being shared out, what would you say to that person? What do you say to them?
Well, one, it starts with knowing who you are and being confident in who you are. And that's the thing. You're talking about being different, going to various places, but they got issues dealing with themselves. So it starts with that. You know what I mean? Like, if you're confident in who you are, then you can hold your head up high. You can walk in, and you can celebrate your differences. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? There could be something about you that someone may need to understand. Or, like, I'm constantly told that I think differently. I'm constantly told that I come at things with a different viewpoint. Like, by people that are my friends and people who I wouldn't even think whatever, they say that they would have never thought about it that way, right? That's part of me being different, right? Now, if I don't speak up, they don't know that I see it differently. If I don't ask questions, and I'm not afraid to sound or look dumb, because I think it's dumber not to ask. Because if you don't ask and you don't know, and then you acting like you know, then that's when you get caught up in that, like, oh, you sitting here for 2 hours acting like you know everything, and you following, and you don't even know what we're talking about. I'm not that person. I'm going to say, I don't understand. That's not clear to me. I see this, or I see that, or I have an issue with this, or I don't have an issue with that, or I like this, or I like that. And then that eliminates if there was a difference. You know what I mean? Like maybe someone thought, because I'm in lately for work, I've been in the meetings with a bunch of people who are not of my ethnicity, and I'm in these meetings with these people, and if I cower and don't speak, who's the dummy?
And it's not about cowering.
But that's part of what it is. If you're saying you're shrinking back, that's cowering.
No, I'm not so much as shrinking back, as far as it's not so much about the saying aspect. It's about the it's about the feeling aspect of how you
But
how
I'm
you
talking
feel.
about that. But what I'm saying is, if you're shrinking back, then you're not speaking. You're acting like you don't want to be visible. You don't want to be heard, because you're trying to be there but not be there, or you're trying to find your exit, or you're trying to leave, or trying to find reasons to leave. And what I'm saying is, though, to me, it's not really about being different at that point. It's more about loving yourself, understanding who you are, and being confident in who you are before you start thinking about how people perceive you. If you don't perceive yourself in a positive light, or if you don't perceive yourself as a person that is worthy or whatever, then of course you're going to have issues speaking up and being who you're supposed to be if you don't know who that is.
Right, I get it. I get what you're saying. And then too, just to add to it, it's until I had to realize about myself that I am different. This is just me. You know what I mean? And Kiki has said something. She said, check your history books. Almost everyone who was great was different. Why lose yourself trying to fit in? Exactly. And that's the thing, is that I always wanted to fit in, because that's the only thing that you always, sometimes the things that you see are always kind of the things that are celebrated. I say it like that. The things that are celebrated, the things that they deem as pretty or whatever. In a sense, it's just like it's a category. And when you find yourself not fitting into a category that has always been pumped, and or something that has never been celebrated on your end, it's kind of it's mind playing. You understand?
But that's my point, Pam. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's like, if you're confident in who you are, it does not matter.
But she was saying she was obviously she wasn't.
Okay.
If she was confident, it wouldn't have been an issue. Like, so she wasn't confident, or her color, her dark skin wasn't celebrated, because the light skin was celebrated, or green eyes or light skin. You know how the stereotypical person, like before, it was always straight hair, it was always this, it was always this body. And I know exactly what you're saying. Okay. If you're confident, none of that matters. But obviously at that time she wasn't.
Yeah, but no, but my point is, what I'm saying is that you asked what we would say to somebody who has that issue. I'm saying that I would say that they need to work on their confidence. Yeah. They need to be confident in who they are. It's bigger than, to me, that's more important than worrying about my differences with the next person. If I'm confident in who I am, I don't really, the differences that I see aren't a big deal. Like, I've been places where I've been the only light skin. I've been to a African American's a historical black college where I was looked at a certain way because I was light. Girls wanted to fight me because I like sports and I hung out with dudes. I mean, like, I've been that person that's been the oddball out, but it didn't change what I did or what I liked or where I went, because I knew this is what I am.
Right, because at the time you were stronger. You understand what I'm saying?
And that's my point. What I'm saying is, what I would say to somebody who's having an issue feeling different is that they need to get stronger. They need to understand who they are and be okay in that. And then all the other stuff kind of is secondary.
Right, and that's the thing that helped me in that whole thing is, just like you said, getting confident in who you are. But I had to embrace my difference first. You understand? And that was my way of being confident in me.
But what's your difference? Because you're not always different. No, I don't get it.
My difference, Pastor, like, to me, I am different. I'm different than the average. You know what I mean? I'm different. This is how I view. This is what helped me to get through the things that I was going through. That Pamela had to embrace her difference. Like as far as being the most athletic one that I probably would, that was in my crew at the time, or even now with you and Joyce.
But see, that's the thing. You're comparing your, and that's my
Joyce.
that's
I'm not comparing. I'm embracing my difference.
No,
but I can say my difference is I'm fat.
But you're not.
Yes, I am.
But to herself, she is.
I mean, I have fat rolls.
But see, but that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
But Pam,
I'm not. I mean, I'm not
missing
obese,
my point.
but I'm saying.
No, I'm not.
No, you are.
Joyce,
if you talk about us
point.
three,
No.
Joyce could say she's different because she has light hazel eyes. We don't. Or she could say she's different in this crew because she has shorter hair and we don't. I could say I'm different in this crew because I'm the thickest, okay, in this crew. And I could say, well, I have to embrace my difference versus just embracing myself.
And
because
and
we
that's-
all
I'm-
are different.
But I'm not
Technically,
saying
we
that
all
I'm
are.
not embracing myself.
But no,
I'm
but
embracing me, but I'm
But you're
embracing
saying
but you just
no,
said
you're
I'm-
missing the point.
my difference that I was always deemed as. Like, no, you have no idea.
No,
Like,
but
you
I'm
don't
saying
have, like,
I'm
you
just
have
talking
no
about.
idea
I'm
how-
talking about what you just said. Your words was
Your
I needed
words
to
were-
embrace
I
my
know what
difference.
and I know what I said because that's what I meant. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
and
But that's what
and
we're
that's
addressing,
my
and then you're
point.
saying
You
no.
telling me.
But I hear what you're saying, and I'm sorry.
don't.
Like, I'm not trying to cut you off, and I know that I am. But
you
at
are
the end
exactly.
of the day,
So don't say sorry
that's
for
why-
cutting us off. Just say I'm
like,
gonna cut you off.
I'm apologizing because I know that I did it. I
But
know
you're still doing
that
it.
I did. I know, and I know it.
So you still apologizing?
No, I'm not apologizing no more because I did already. Because I want to say what I need to say. 'Cause
But you're asked the
missing-
question. I'm not
but
saying
you're
that.
missing what I was saying. I've been trying to say it
Pam,
for a minute.
listen to me. I'm not saying nothing. When you paused, you gave a moment for others to address you,
All right.
correct? So then
I'm
when we
gonna
tried to
let y'all go.
address you, you stopped us from addressing
because it's
you.
wrong what you're saying.
But if you ask a question, you still want to answer whether you agree with it or not, correct?
Okay,
so
you're
at least,
right.
so don't ask me
right.
a question or Joyce, and now we're trying to give it, and you're cutting us off because of what you hear so far. You're not in agreement with, and that's fine. You don't have to agree, but at least let us answer the question if you're going to ask it. Because if you keep cutting us off, that's a form of manipulation. Because you don't want to hear what we got. Yes,
well,
it
I'm not
is.
trying to manipulate the situation.
You
so
are.
I am not.
If you try, listen.
I'ma let y'all
you
get
ask
it.
a question and
I'ma
then when we
hush.
try to address it.
This is what happens on Pam's
But you
World.
talking
see, right
over,
now,
you
Pam,
still you
Pam
still
is not in
you're
agreement.
still talking
at all.
over. If you say, what would you do? So then now that she starts to address, or I start to address it, and you what we saying so far you don't agree with, you cut it off. But let me at least have the answer. I mean, say the full response, and then we could have a mature debate
let
and
you-
conversation.
Okay.
But I'm done.
Me too.
Well, then be done.
No, go ahead,
That's
say what
how
you
we
wanna
go
say.
on Pam's World. They done, I'm done.
No,
But
no,
like
you're
I
not.
said,
You're
I'm
still
I'm
still-
saying, but you don't want to
still
hear what we're
embracing it.
saying.
I know
So
that
embrace your difference.
If my thing is that if y'all said y'all done, we gonna slide. That's what we do on Pam's World.
No, you gotta.
That's
actually
pride.
speak
So
it.
no, I'm
That's
not.
pride.
Say
How
what it
is
is
that?
you wanna
How is that
say,
pride?
because
Y'all
pride
just
for
said.
me
y'all
is
just
pride.
said-
But
I
no,
just said
what we're
pride
saying
for
is we're
me.
done
I
talking.
can
Say
admit
what
my
it is
stuff.
that you need to say.
Don't even go
Because
there.
I'll tell you-
And I just said
No.
that's pride. And that's pride on me. And
Oh,
that's
I-
pride on you. I can
All
admit when
all
it
I
is.
said was that I stopped talking so you could say whatever it is, because
I
the
got
thing
it.
is you're saying
Yes,
two
Keisha, you
different
do.
things.
No, I'm not.
You are.
No, I'm not. That's your opinion. No, I'm not.
You are.
I'm not.
You're okay, Pam.
I am not.
These were your exact words. You said that you're embracing yourself, right? And then you said before
I
you
thought
can
we said we
embrace
was done.
yourself,
Right?
you had
That's
to
what we said.
embrace
Yeah,
your
we said we was done.
Now,
differences.
you see how she gets? This is what she does.
That's what we said. We
Now
said
you
we was
see-
done with it.
Now you see
I'm
Joyce
done.
is trying to, I brought it back. I said I had pride.
done.
You had pride. Joyce is trying to finish it up, and then now
I'm
she
done.
doesn't want to hear it.
Nah, I don't. I'm done.
You see how she does? This is
Yeah.
what she does. This is Pam's
That's
world.
it. No, yep. That's it. I'm gonna say it tonight.
And then you go.
I'm
Don't
gonna
text
say-
us talking about
I'm
you
not,
sorry.
I'm not gonna say I'm sorry tonight because I'm not.
You don't do it
sorry.
tomorrow.
I'm not gonna do it tomorrow either because I'm not sorry because that's not what I was saying. And it was said that it was done. It's done. I agree.
I'll post a text when I get it. I'll put it right in the feed.
I can't.
I promise you I will.
I can't. I can't. Pam's World. Y'all already know. That's what it is. This is the first of the first. And I thank God. I'm glad. Tonight is good. It really is. It's good. And so what I'm going to do right now, I usually don't slide, but I'm going to slide to a song. I'm going to go to Savage by Dayton and Seven and a couple other cats. Check this out. Pam's World, y'all.
God over money. Hog Maul. When it comes to what I stand for, I will go to war like Rambo and Camo or Schwarzenegger Commando or Contra loaded with ammo in the 99 extra man code. I fight for man's soul. I'm battling with the Dark Knight, no Bruce Wayne. If it were Bruce Wayne, I would introduce Bane. The Dark Knight's a lion minus the zoo cage, looking for someone to devour on the food chain. That's why my crew came deeper than Wu-Tang. And no, we ain't the Suwu gang. You dudes bang, but you see that blood on us. It be that devil-proof stain, armor from the vein of the truth king. It's Sue Rain. We grab the mic with Bruce Banner's mood swang and spew flames like Ryu or Liu Kang to break yokes. See, homie, we spit the truth plain, so you don't need a huge brain like that dude Krang to understand the gospel that can remove chains. Let me put my 2 cents in, no loose change. You tripping like loose shoestrings if you claim this world does not need God when all the youth aim to be villains. They on that prime make gorilla tip, but homie, this is why the mind state is militant. We're at war to spread the truth that can cleanse them, but we gon' keep it hard body like the thing Ben Grimoire.
Hood don't got mobbing. Yeah, you gotta know I'm with that. Shotgun blow high, go for the kingdom. Yeah, the flow got kickback. It's real in the field with a fake get revealed. And oh no, we ain't with that. It's real over here, swear it's real over here. What the fake will not do, no, we will over here. We too elevated, you can't break us down, we way above average. And Baku to you, we watch long enough and we will not have it. The kingdom suffer violence, the violent take it by force and we savage. Look, the kingdom suffer violence, the violent take it by force and we savage. I flip like a scissor kick, so ridiculous stuff.
All right, y'all. We back. Pam's World. All right.
Jesus. Pray for us.
Yeah, pray for us tonight, y'all. You already know. It got a little warm in Pam's World because that's just Pam's thoughts, Pam's views. I told you when you catch it, you're going to catch some laughter. You're going to catch something. You don't know what you're going to catch sometimes. But, yeah, right now I'm kind of in my feelings a little bit. But at the end of the day, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Joyce, if I offended you, I apologize because I didn't mean to offend you at all if I did. Pastor,
you know, I'm not offended.
If I offended you, I apologize. I'm not trying to be offensive on here. It's just my thoughts, and there are some things that when I'm passionate about it, of course, that's what I do. I shut down. I don't want to hear nothing else. And that doesn't make it right. You're absolutely right. You spoke to me behind the scenes. I can't even look at you right now. But you spoke to me. I get it. I understand it. And it's just like, yes, you got to respect everybody, regardless of if I agree or if I don't agree. I have to learn how to take down and get my feelings out of the way.
You should play Drake.
I know. Which one?
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you'll never ever leave from beside. Because isn't that quite your feelings?
Then, you know what? So then if that be the case, then Pastor, I'm gonna ask you.
Don't ask me.
No, I'm gonna ask you, what would Pastor say tonight? I'm gonna ask you, what would Pastor say as far as learning how to wait my turn, even when learning how to wait my turn, or when someone else is speaking and you feel like you want to jump in, how do you honor them and keep your mouth closed?
Okay, first, sorry, Carmen, that you're in the emergency room. Okay, so we're praying for you. I don't know what that's about, so we definitely lift you up in prayer, and whoever you may be there with. In the name of Jesus, He is your healer, and He is the healer. No, I'm not going to play it. I was just, because it was called In My Feelings. She just said she was in her feelings. All right, now, honestly, you know what? Let it go down. You got to see what happens.
Yes.
And what can happen in great friendships. Yes. And how pride can sneak in. Like I said, with me, I'm done. I'm like, because I don't want to, because I know Pam. And I'm like, Pam gets to the place, she doesn't want to hear anything. So I'm like, all right, I'm finished. Okay. And like I said, and then she was like, then I'm done. And then Joyce is trying to talk. And then, no, I thought we did it. That's what can happen, and that's pride. You gotta humble ourselves, and we have to do that. We have to think of respect and honor for each other, and things could get heated, and we're cool. Amen. And like I said, when you send your little apology, whatever, when you send a text tonight, I ain't gonna send it. I know this one, but what I say is this, and I'm not gonna say what I said behind the scene, but basically, I gave a scenario of something that happened to her. That happened to her like this week, like with 2 different people, something that happened to her, and it was wrong. And what she basically did was almost the same thing that happened to her. And I said, how come it's now right? Because it's you doing it. And again, God will, and this is what I love. When you deal with the Holy Spirit, God will even give the words to say or the examples. Because when that was stated, it was like, wow, because we just had this conversation in the car about something that was done to her. Yeah. So it can be tough to hold your tongue. But what would I say? Because, and the thing is too, I've studied this. And a form of manipulation is so many different forms, but one form of manipulation is I have to cut you off because one, it's different things that people want to do, get you to forget what you were going to say. They don't want to hear what you're going to say because then I have to address what you just said. So if you don't say it, I can't address it. Like, and if you don't say it, I can't deal with it if it's true. Like, I don't even want to hear it because I hear where you're going and it could be true, so I don't want to address it. So one of the things that Joyce was saying, you just said two different things. Now, if there's a possibility, even if you didn't word it the correct way that you meant to word it or express it the way you thought of trying to express it, it could have been truly two different things being said, but you didn't want to possibly hear that you could have said two different things because now you got to justify it. And now you got to go back and recant or different things. So we got to be so very careful. And it's nothing wrong with being outspoken. It's nothing wrong with that. What we're saying is with communication, period. We don't have to agree. But if we're going to I can't have a conversation with you if you don't let me talk. And then you're asking me questions and then I go to answer it and you cut me off. You don't want to hear what I got to say. You just really don't. If you're asking me in the minute I start to say something that you don't agree with or you think it's going down a different road that you don't like, you cut it off. And that's not fair. That's not fair. But then you want to say everything you want to say, but you don't want the other person to have their say. Okay. And one thing we've always said to Pam too, we don't have to ever agree. We don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree. We don't have to agree because you're not going to always agree with anyone, friend, spouse, about everything. But I can at least you can hear my side and I can hear your side. And the first question was, what would you say to that person? So to me, there could be no wrong answer to what would be said to that old person. And we were just saying what we would say to that person. And then you're like, but no, that's not what I'm saying. That's not where I'm coming from. But the question was, what would you say to this person? Like, what would you say to your old self? What would I say is what I would say. It can't be wrong. It may not be the answer you would have wanted to hear, or maybe there are some more things you wanted to express. Maybe there's some other points you wanted to pull out that. And I started to say, I feel like you want to say more, but you're trying to tailor what you say because you don't want to say everything. And we are on the air. So the first question was, tell us what you would say to that old Pam. And that's who we were talking to, the old Pam. And maybe some feelings you had were maybe thinking we're talking to who you are now. Or honestly, maybe there may be still some issue in there that we scratched.
No, it wasn't that.
Okay.
It was just more or less. It was more or less when I said that it was I had to embrace my difference. That's when.
Oh, the different part.
That was the part that kind of went a little haywire.
Yeah, well, she was saying because I am different, and I know for me, I can't speak for Joy. I was pointing out that because we all are different. Everybody in this world is a different person, and I'm not going to saying that you're not, but every person is different because we have some type of a difference. That's where I was coming from. Like, I could be different because of this reason, or Joyce could be considered different because of that reason. And then you started to talk about when you were the only one who the athletic building.
I was a stigmatized.
But I think that's what it was. But
it was, so that's where I was coming from that place of a stigmatized.
But that's what I mean. It was still something that internally happened with you, and that you may feel that because you were athletic, and most people that you hung out with were not, or even now are not. You are embracing that I am the one who was mainly with this athletic build, so I am different. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the part I had to become
okay with.
I had to become okay
but that's
with
but
that.
but I do think that it probably still, I'm not going to say still bothers you, but it's still an issue. You know what I'm saying? Because when anybody else looks at Pam, at least when we do, or somebody else or people we know, we're like, oh my God, your body is great. You know, you have this wonderful body. But for her, it's like, it's an athletic body, not you'll say you want to have a girly. You know what I mean? Maybe the voluptuous hips and all that other kind of stuff. And because I could tell you all day when I'm wherever I am, you know, Joyce doesn't necessarily like it, but I'm like, I do have fat on my body. You do not. I said, what is this? What is this? You know, so, and I'm like, I don't know why you're so mad at it. I'm not fat shaming myself. I love myself. I do. I love myself. I dance in the mirror. I do all this stuff. I do. But it is what it is. So at this moment, you know, so I just think that, of course, I pray that you embrace your difference, but we all have a difference of something.
Yes.
You know, and if you hang out with athletes all day, because you don't. If you start to hang out with athletes, you might not feel so different because y'all all have the same build. You know what I mean?
And Pastor, you know what? I get that, and I guess because a simple fact, for me in my head, that was my way of getting past all of the hurt and stuff that I went through, and I felt the different, you know what I mean, from the difference, that I embrace it now, and I say, yo, look, chick, you are different. Your voice is different. You know, the way that you do things is different. The way that, you know what I mean, the way that you on stage, like when I'm on stage, like all of those things were different, and it was just like,
and it's wonderful
from my thing. But see, I never saw it as such, because I all I saw was this one thing. It was just like I said, that stigmatized different. Like I was so different to the point where I was just like, yo, I look nothing like this. Like I do nothing like what they do. I don't dance like them. I don't sound like them, and all of those things. So when I embrace the fact of me in my own head, I'm like, yo, I am that different chick.
And you have to continually embrace it.
Like I'm different, and because of that, then I'm going to embrace that, because I'm really not like somebody else, and that's the way I deal with it. And so for me to push that on y'all, you know what I mean, I apologize for that, because now I see that I was pushing that so hard, because that's how I embraced it. That's how I seen myself, and I was just like, yo, and it was hurtful then, but now it's something that I can say that, you know what, I am. And so because I know that I am, then let me grab a hold of this, and I gotta be this, because I can never be that, you know what I mean? So I'm comfortable.
And you should never strive to be that.
And it was a time when I did strive.
No, I'm
to
just
be
saying,
that. You understand?
Embrace who you are. You know what I'm saying? And embrace who you are, who God made you. How your voice sounds is different, but that same different voice is what stood out. That different voice is what made Puff want you to sing on certain songs. That same different, because you had a different sound. Other people try to do it. I don't even know if y'all know, but with the song, what is the song? Biggie, 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 can't you see? Hypnotized. Other people, Puff pulled other people in the studio to do it. J-Lo, he pulled in, was it Keisha and Kima?
Yep, Keisha.
Keisha. And then like nobody could make sound. When Pam did it the first time, that's it. That's the sound. It's a different sound. Embrace that. And you still get royalties off of your difference. So don't worry about how different you are, because God made you different for a reason. He made you perform like you perform. And that's why I tell you, I get mad at you when you don't perform the way that I know you can perform. I'm like, what was that?
Right.
Like that's regular. That's what everybody else does. That's not what you normally do. But you were mad when you get your feelings, and then you had a bad show. That's what I said. I ain't gonna manage you, because I'll be ready to curse you out, and I don't curse no more, so I can't go back into that. But what I'm saying is, you have to embrace who you are, whether it's different or not. And it's like, wow, God, you made me different. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I love the fact that you made me unique. And the thing is, I think many people are different, but they conform to what they believe everybody else wants.
Wow.
And I'm look like that, and I'm gonna get this weave like her weave, and I'm gonna or some people I'm gonna get natural like this one got natural. Like, just do it because it's what you're led to do or what you want to do. But yeah, whatever that thing is, you have to embrace it, and you should embrace it. However you look, what you sound like, or your personality, love who you are, and you won't begin to look at it as, oh wow, I'm so different. But it's more, this is me. Then I'm different. Like, no, this is who I am. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it's a negative connotation, sometimes with the word different. But you're unique. The point that Pastor just made is what I was saying. You need to embrace who you are. Who you are is who you are. You're not different than who you are. You are who you are. Now, if you hung out with a bunch of athletic people, you wouldn't be different. So you could change your circle. My point was, if you are who you are and you embrace that, then you'll be okay with who you are, no matter where you go. No matter where you go, and what so crowd you can embrace your difference in the after fact. But if you don't embrace who you are, like, how do you even know if you're different if you're just worried about you? Like, who you comparing yourself to? That was my point. Like, I am me. I am not like anybody else, and I'm comfortable being me. So if I'm hanging out with Pastor, I'm not Pastor. I'm not going to be Pastor, but I don't compare myself to her. You know what I mean? I'm all right being me. So when I go in my circles, I'm okay being me. I'm not saying, oh, that person wear stilettos every day. I think I need to start wearing stilettos. Or that person got straight hair, and I think I'm now comparing myself to that person. Now I got to embrace, well, I'm different because I got curly hair. No, I was all right with who I was before I walked in the door. And that was my point. That was the point that I was making, is that if you embrace who you are and you're not worried about what everybody else is, and if you're okay with being you, if you're the only athletic person in the circle, either you change your circle or you get these people to work out, or you be okay. and that's the point that I was making.
Yeah, someone said, Danny Orland said, the way people treat you when you are different can hurt, but you need to embrace the difference. Mine gets cut off. And I think that's what has happened in the past. You were hurt from maybe
he
people.
Said because your difference is what makes you special.
Okay. And maybe in the past you were treated differently, or it was said, or it was an unspoken thing that it was known that, who's singing that? That don't sound, that I've never heard anyone sing like that, because your voice is different. You know, your voice sounds, it doesn't sound common, because that's what they'll do. Atlantic sound, get somebody who sounds like this. Let's get somebody who sounds like that. Let's get somebody who sounds like that. So that's why when somebody does something different, Little Kim did something different, she stood out. You know, Cardi B, as Joyce said, can't talk. It's different. She stands out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
People do something to stand out, and some people do something on purpose to stand out. You don't have to. It's who you are. So if you just be who you are, and you embrace it, those who are assigned to you or whatever, someone said, and your difference is why I became a total diehard fan.
Wow.
Because everybody wasn't doing the same, just dancing, standing there. You jumping around on something, doing all types of whatever, and that stood out. Right. So embrace who you are, your athletic build, whatever that thing is. Love who you are. Embrace who you are. Like you said, you're 42 years old. Your body looks like you're 18. You know, you're doing your thing. Right. So embrace that, and don't let the old Pam, internalize. When you do walk into certain places, or when you do begin to go different places, you have to be Pam and not cower, not give in, and embrace just who you are.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, y'all
embrace
getting touchy.
who you are.
Y'all starting to get touchy over here.
Don't start when you was ready to curse us out.
I sure was. Yes. Yo, shout out to Keisha. She said, unique people take time to embrace their uniqueness. Initially, for me, it was hurtful, and when you're young, you don't have the confidence that you gain as you get older and mature. You grow into. Amen.
Have the right people speaking into your life. Absolutely. You have to have the right circle. Joyce talked about that today too. Having the right people around you. And if we do this when people are younger, or when girls are younger,
Dope, Chi-Chi.
We thought about dealing with young girls to speak into their life, so that they don't have to deal with some of the things that we may have had to deal with as adults, and then we learn to embrace ourselves in our 30s and 40s. But imagine if you're speaking into these young girls' lives when they were young, and someone telling you, well, I'm only with dark one. Like, girl, do you know how much melanin? You know that the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. You are gorgeous. You are this. You are that. And thank God, I think we're doing that now for the most part.
Absolutely.
And then they'll be more confident, and it won't be you got to be the light skin and the pretty eyes, like Joyce. But in her mind, she wasn't the standard, because she's a tomboy. She wanted to play with the boys. So she wasn't into that. She didn't. Not at all. Right. And so, and we have our differences. So we are going to dress different, wear different clothes. Yeah. I don't like everything you wear. You're not going to like everything I wear. Joyce doesn't like half the stuff I wear, and then and I'm like, you're whack, and then we laugh, and then we keep it moving, and I go buy what I want to buy,
right? And I go buy the same kind of whack stuff she likes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's what it is. But I thank God for letting. I can't even say letting, because it's not like you hold back, but that he took it there tonight.
Yeah, you know what? I really do. I can say this, and I know we got to get out of here tonight. I did not know that this was something that was still touchy for me. And you saw it come out, because it is, even though, like I said, I didn't know the way that is, like when I'm sitting and I'm hearing it, and I got an opportunity to hear you, and then I got an opportunity to hear what Joyce said. It's just like, instead of me, my mind says to embrace, all I see is different. You know what I mean? And so I say, embrace different, because that's who you are. And I'm just like, yo, I'm good with that. So I'm learning how to embrace it more and more and more, and I'm becoming that confident. But I see now that it got to be in reverse. It's like it stopped seeing myself as just being different, because if I do, that's why it's so touchy for me. That's why when somebody say something, it can either make me do two things. It can either make me cry or it's gonna make me flip. It's two things that happen because I'm so sensitive in that area. And of course, y'all my people. So of course it's just like, I thank God. Like, I know I'm not gonna flip on y'all, but what if somebody else would have said that to me? You know what I mean? What if somebody else, I would have been having that conversation with somebody else and they see me be like, like kind of just like really just like flip. Like, and so with that, that's something that I thank God that I really truly have to really embrace me and look at it from that standpoint, opposed to just saying, yo, I'm different, because that helped me a lot. But I can tell now, honestly, don't you do it. Get yourself together, Pamela. I can tell now that it still work.
Listen, God is real, and He will always do what we need Him to do. And one thing that we have been doing, we say, I've said it for years, show me me. I say, God, show me me, because I don't want to deceive myself. I want to be whole. And whatever area I'm not whole in, and I know we're going to wrap this up, so what pastors say, whatever area I'm not whole in, show it to me so I can begin to do the work. And it may hurt, I may cry, it may bring up some old feelings, but show me me so that you can minister to me and you can do what you do best, God, and make me whole, because I don't want to depend on someone for accolades. I don't want to depend on a person, a spouse, or even a friend, because if they're not there, there will always be moments where we are on our own. Yes. And we have to know who we are, and the good, the bad, and the ugly. So God, if you show me me, I will be able to embrace who I am at that moment, and then become better in the area that's not pleasing to you, and that's not even pleasing to me, something that you don't want. So that's why we remain on the potter's wheel. Don't take yourself off. Remain on the potter's wheel. And that's what I think it is with Pam. She's still on the potter's wheel. So when he brings out the thing, and when he shows you the thing that it's time to embrace, and it can be tough like you saw tonight, but if you have the right people in your life who will help you walk through it and get you to see certain things in a different perspective, God is now doing the work. And that's what He's doing tonight. He's doing the work. So we thank you for joining us tonight. We thank you, Holy Spirit, for showing up, for redirecting the show, for bringing us back, Lord God. And what I love is that when you communicate, it doesn't have to go on to the next day and then the next day, but that the work is being done. And this is something that God is doing with her. So continue to lift her up in prayer. We thank you for joining us on Pam's World. You want to close out? You want to talk? Or you all right? No? All right. So we thank you so much. We thank you for BKS1. Do me a favor. If this is something that you think or that you know somebody can be blessed with, please share it. You can take the link, put it in their DM, messenger, text them, share this show. We're so grateful for you joining us tonight on Pam's World. Thank you so much. And we're going to get out of here. You want to put on a song? Yeah. We're going to put on a song. And we're going to go. We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you so much. Thank you for joining.
In my mind, you are always thought of. You take me away from that ghetto love. That ghetto love. In the ghetto. In the ghetto. In the ghetto. In the ghetto. Take me away from the cares of this world. No worries, no problems, because I'm your girl. That ghetto love. Ghetto love.